Hello everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater. Welcome to the world of adventure, where nothing is impossible. I'm Tom Bosley, ready to open up again for you the magic box we call radio. In this box live the wildest assortment of characters you ever imagined. Well, let's see what's waiting for us today. Piece of wood. Well, why not? Now, what can we make out of a piece of wood? A story? What kind of a story? Why, a story about a piece of wood, of course. Our adventure story, Pinocchio, was adapted especially for the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater by Paul Tripp. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Well... When the author Collodi wrote the story of his mischievous hero, Pinocchio, he was really borrowing from his own boyhood in Florence, Italy. Pinocchio is really the author, as a boy disguised as a wooden marionette. Truth is not only stranger than fiction, but it can also be funnier, as we'll find out as soon as Papa Geppetto puts the finishing touches to our hero, Pinocchio.
A few minutes more, my little wooden friend, and soon you will be the most marvelous marionette in the world. There. And now to sandpaper you smooth.
You're tickling me. Stop it. Stop it. You silly old man. Stop it.
Who is laughing at me? Who is it? What am I talking about? There is no one else here. I must be dreaming.
My name's Pinocchio. Who are you?
It talks. Am I going mad? It talks.
Of course I talk, you silly old man. Didn't you just carve me out of the magic piece of wood the blue fairy gave you?
Oh, that explains it. How silly of me. And, can you also walk, Pinocchio? Without strings?
Can I walk? Watch.
Oh, just like a real boy. At last, I have a son of my own. Pinocchio, meet your Papa Geppetto.
Hiya, Pop.
No, not Pop. Papa.
Okay, Papa. I'm hungry. What's to eat?
Very little, my boy, except for these pears which I was saving for my breakfast. But you may have them.
Well, down the hatch. Ooh, that's too sour.
Don't eat so fast. You'll get hiccups.
This one's too sweet. Oh, some breakfast.
You see, I told you you'd get hiccups. Oh, Pinocchio, you have so much to learn. This morning, you will start school.
School? What's the rush? Oh, I'll need a spelling book. I can't go to school without a book. You'll have to buy me one.
Oh, alas, I have no money.
Okay, then I'll stay home. I didn't want to go anyway.
Wait, Pinocchio. I have an idea.
Where are you going? Oh, it's very cold out.
Never mind. Just you wait here. I'll be right back. Crick. Crick.
Who's that?
A cricket, of course. Who else would say crick?
Well, what do you want? What are you doing here?
The blue fairy sent me over to keep an eye on you.
Well, you tell her to mind her own business. I'm living here now.
Crick. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, eating up all the food in the house without so much as a thank you. Now poor Papa Geppetto will have to go hungry.
Well, how was I to know? He never told me.
If you had brains in your head instead of sawdust, you'd have guessed.
Here is your spelling book, Pinocchio. It's cold outside.
Oh, but where's your coat, Papa Geppetto?
I sold it
But why?
because it made me too warm.
Oh, no, that's not the reason. You sold it to go buy me a book. Oh, Papa Geppetto, you're the best father a wooden marionette ever had. I'll be a good boy from now on. Honest.
Good. Now, off to school with you. Don't stop on the way to speak to strangers. Pay attention in school and come straight home as soon as it's over.
Oh, I will, Papa Geppetto. I promise. Goodbye.
Goodbye, my son.
Step right up and see the greatest marionette show in the world. It's fantastic, it's sensational, you, come here, Sonny.
Who, me?
Yes, you, what's your name?
Pinocchio?
Your mind's blunderbuss. Let's have a look at you. You're a marionette, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sirree. Made out of the finest wood.
But how do you manage to move without strings?
Simple. I'm a very special marionette.
You certainly are. Listen, I've got a great idea. How'd you like to become a star of my show? The marionette without strings. Why, you'd knock him in the aisles. Is it a deal, Pinocchio?
Well, I promised Papa Geppetto I'd go directly to school.
School? What do you want to go to school for when I can make you a big star?
But my papa sold his coat to buy me a book. He's very poor.
Poor, eh? Well, Pinocchio, you stick with me, and you'll make enough money to buy him a dozen coats.
I will? Oh, well, in that case, it's a deal.
Stop the music. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Presenting for the first time ever, Pinocchio, the only marionette in the world who moves without strings. He walks, he talks, he dances, and in conclusion, a triple somersault. Pinocchio, my boy, you are absolutely sensational.
Well, when do I get paid?
Right now, here you are. 4 gold pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, wow. I'm rich.
And I'll make you even richer if you come back tomorrow night and the next night and the next. Pinocchio, you stick with me and you really go places.
Okay, I'm with you. I better go home now. Papa Geppetto will be wondering where I am. So long.
So long, star. See you tomorrow.
Oh, I hope Papa Geppetto won't be angry because I didn't go to school. Oh, but when he sees the money I earned, I bet he won't even care. I beg your pardon? Who?
Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am the fox, and this is my friend, the cat. Caught your act.
Oh.
Great. You make a lot of money with your act?
You bet. 4 gold pieces. Count them.
Rick, Pinocchio, put the money back in your pocket before they steal it from you.
Nobody's going to steal anything from me.
Did I hear you say deal? No, isn't that a coincidence? I was just going to propose a deal to you. Wasn't I, Cat?
Oh, perfectly marvelous deal. Meow.
What kind of a deal?
How would you like to invest your 4 gold pieces and make a profit of 1,000?
Why? Wow.
Rick, be careful, Pinocchio. It's a swindle. And while you're standing here, your poor Papa Geppetto is freezing to death without a coat.
Oh, gee, you're right, Cricket. I forgot. Sorry, gentlemen, but I'll have to leave you now. I just remembered something.
Yeah, but the deal...
Well, some other time, perhaps. So long.
Foiled by a piece of lumber.
Wow, I'm hungry. I want some cream. Wow.
And I want that money. Come on, cat. We're not licked yet. Put a handkerchief around your face so he won't recognize you, and I'll do the same. And disguise your voice.
But why?
Don't ask dumb questions. Come on. Stick 'em up.
Huh? Who?
Your money or your life?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't. Nobody's going to steal my money from me.
Ow! He kicked me in the paw.
Never mind that. After him.
Catching up to me, and then they'll take my money, and Papa Geppetto will get a new coat. Oh, I must hide my money. But where? Where? Oh, I know. In my mouth. They'll never find it there.
Gotcha.
Oh.
All right, you hand over the money or I'll shake you to splinters.
The mayonnaise in his mouth, in his meow.
For once, you're right. Okay, Pinocchio. Open your mouth and spit it out.
No.
We'll see about that. Now, listen, cat.
I'm listening.
All right. I'm going to pry his mouth open, and then you just dip in and take the money.
Got it.
It's open. Now get the money.
Ow! He bit my paw.
Oh, foiled again.
It hurts.
Serves you right. Now, let me think. Ah, I got it. We'll take this rope and tie him to this tree tight, and we'll come back in the morning with a crowbar and pry Woodenhead's mouth open and get the money. Good night, Pinocchio. See you in the morning. Pleasant dreams. Come on, cat.
Oh, can we go to the hospital? My paw's still sore.
Come on!
Oh, if only I'd gone to school like I promised. Wouldn't be in this fix now. Oh, I'm freezing. I'll catch my death of cold. Help!
Poor Pinocchio. He's really very much like the rest of us, even though he is made of wood. At one time or another, we all are likely to pull a silly stunt. And then when we get into trouble, we're sorry. We knew we were wrong in the first place, but we often admit it only when it's too late. And that's when we feel like a blockhead, just like Pinocchio. I'll be back shortly with Act 2. Postcard. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly.
Magically delicious. Yeah.
Meanwhile, that's the best thing about an adventure. It's full of meanwhiles to keep the suspense going. Meanwhile, what's happened to Papa Geppetto? Meanwhile, what's happened to the Blue Fairy who started this whole thing with her magic piece of wood? And meanwhile, what's happened to the cricket? He was supposed to keep an eye on Pinocchio. Where is everybody?
Bureau of Missing Persons reporting to the Blue Fairy.
Oh, it's you, Cricket.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found Pinocchio? I've been so worried.
Rest easy, ma'am. I searched for him all night, and I finally found him in the middle of the forest.
Oh, thank heavens. Is he all right?
Hard to tell about a piece of wood. But see for yourself. 2 woodsmen kindly offered to carry him here. Here are 4 gold coins I found lying beside him.
Here he is, lady. Where shall we put him?
On my bed, please. Here. Oh, gently, please.
Will that be all, ma'am?
Yes. Thank you.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sick. I am so sick. Achoo! Oh, I've caught my death of cold.
Oh, the poor dear.
Don't let him fool you. He's faking.
Oh, I'm so sick. Achoo!
Cricket, he really is sick.
Fiddlesticks. He's a faker.
Why should he be moaning if he's not sick?
Because he's afraid you'll scold him for running away from Papa Geppetto and never going to school. Let me handle this. Perhaps you're right, Blue Fairy. Perhaps the poor lad is sick. Now, I have some medicine here that ought to save his life. It doesn't taste very good, but it ought to do the trick. Would you please fetch me a spoon? No, on second thought, we'll give him the whole bottle. Phacaritis is a very serious disease. Oh, I do wish this medicine tasted better, but can't be helped. Pinocchio must get well.
Oh, I am beginning to feel better. In fact, I feel much better. No need for medicine, Cricket. I feel great.
No, it's too soon to tell. Open your mouth.
No, I'm better, I tell
Pull
you.
his nose up. Pull down his chin. Now, drink hearty, Pinocchio. There, that does it. Have another swig.
Oh, no, Cricket, I feel great, honest.
Well, now that you are better, Pinocchio, why didn't you go to school as you promised?
Oh, but I did go to school. The teacher was very nice, and I learned the whole alphabet.
Watch it, Pinocchio. Your nose is growing.
Oh, Cricket, noses don't grow that fast. Any more questions?
Yes. Where did you get 4 gold pieces?
What gold pieces? I don't have any gold pieces.
Oh, be careful, Pinocchio. Your nose has grown another 2 inches.
These 4 coins, Pinocchio.
Oh, these. I clean forgot. You see, I was coming home from school, and there they were, right in the middle of the street.
Oh, now you've done it, Pinocchio. That lie was so big your nose grew right through that window pane.
Oh, my poor silly Pinocchio. You do look so ridiculous.
Why has my nose grown so long?
Because of the foolish lies you've just told us.
That's right, Pinocchio. Your nose is practically a lie thermometer.
You see, Pinocchio, every time someone tells a lie, it sticks out like a long nose.
Well, one thing's sure. From now on, I'll always tell the truth. But meanwhile, what am I going to do? My nose sticks out of my face like a flagpole.
No problem. Hey, you woodpeckers out there. Yeah, would you mind whittling this nose back to normal?
I promise you, I'll be the best behaved marionette in the whole world, honest. Goodbye now.
Where are you going?
Back to Papa Geppetto. I'll tell him how sorry I am. I'll even go to school.
That won't be necessary, Pinocchio. Papa Geppetto is on his way here now.
Oh.
You and he are going to live with me from now on.
Oh, boy, that's great. May I go to meet him? And may I have my gold pieces? Before we come back here, I want to buy Papa Geppetto a new coat and a spelling book for myself. Listen, I'll even buy an arithmetic book.
Oh, very well, Pinocchio. Here's your money. But mind, don't stop to talk to strangers.
I won't. Be back in a jiffy. Goodbye. Twinkle, 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 twinkle.
What, Fox? Do you see what I see? Pinocchio. Let's get him. Maybe he's still got that money. Well, if it isn't our old friend Pinocchio, how wonderful.
Oh, hi, Fox. Hi, Cat.
How you been, my fine lad? And where are you off to now?
Oh, to meet my Papa Geppetto. I'm going to buy him a new coat, and I'm
Oh, you still have your money,
Well, of course.
Listen, Pinocchio. How would you like to buy your Papa Geppetto a coat with a fur collar?
Oh, well, that would be wonderful. But I couldn't afford it. I have only 4 gold coins, and I have to buy books, too. So, if you'll excuse me, I must be on my way.
I'm going to let you in on the greatest deal in the world. One that will turn your 4 gold pieces into $1 million.
No. Really?
Yeah. You see that meadow over there?
Yeah.
Well, it's called the Wonder Field. All you have to do is plant your coins in it, and before you know it, up pops a money tree with thousands of gold coins growing on it.
Ah.
And just shake the tree, and you're a millionaire. Just like that.
You sure it works?
100% guaranteed, and it only takes a few minutes. Okay. Now, we've dug the hole. Now to plant the coins. Cat, fill the hole.
Oh.
Pinocchio,
Yeah?
we'll walk over to that tree.
Mm-hmm.
Now turn your face, close your eyes, and count up to 1,000. And then, presto, the money tree will pop up.
But I can't count. I haven't been to school yet.
No problem. I'll count for you.
I can't thank you enough. You are so kind.
Well, what are friends for? Cat?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Cat. Now dig up that gold and let's get out of here.
I can't hear you counting.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. 76, 77. Hurry up, Cat. 100, 101, 102.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's skedaddle. 995, 996, 997, 998, 999, 1,000.
Boy, that fox sure counts fast. You sure count fast, Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox, where are you? I wonder where he's gone. Cat? Cat? What? They both disappeared. Oh, well, the next time I see them, I'll thank them properly. Now to shake my money tree. Oh, where did we plant those coins? Oh, here's the hole. But where's the tree? Where are the coins? Oh, they're gone. I've been robbed. Oh, what a blockhead I am. How could I fall for a trick like that?
Pinocchio, where have you been?
Please don't scold, Cricket. I feel bad enough. I met the cat and the fox. And guess what?
They stole your money, of course. Well, I warned you, didn't I?
No, I'll never be able to buy a coat for Papa Geppetto. And by the way, has he got here yet?
Oh, he's come and gone.
Where'd he go?
Out searching for you. And when he couldn't find you on land, he got into a rowboat and started looking for you at sea.
Oh, no. Well, couldn't I get a canoe or something and start paddling after him?
Too late. No sooner had he started rowing when a great storm came up.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's the last anyone has seen of him.
Oh, poor Papa Geppetto.
Poor Papa Geppetto, indeed.
Oh,
He loved you, you ungrateful wretch.
where's the Blue Fairy? I must see her. Perhaps she can still save him.
Too late. She's very, very sick. There are 10 doctors inside trying to save her life.
What's wrong with her?
She's dying of a broken heart.
Who broke it?
You did, Pinocchio. With your disobedience and thoughtlessness, she trusted you.
Oh, what have I done? Oh, if only I could turn myself into glue.
What good would that do?
Well, don't you see? Then I could mend all the broken pieces of her heart and make her well again.
Dear Pinocchio, you have just saved my life. Your disobedience broke my heart, but your love for me has mended it. Oh, thank you.
How can I ever forgive myself for causing you so much grief? I promise you, when I grow up to be a man, I will take such good care of you.
But you can't grow, Pinocchio. Not unless you become a real boy first.
But how can I do that?
Well, it's really very simple. By being obedient, by always telling the truth, by going to school and studying hard.
Do I have to go to school?
Well, the more you learn, the more you understand. Without understanding, how can anybody grow?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll go to school. When do I start?
Right now.
Now? Oh, can't I wait till tomorrow?
Pinocchio, now.
Okay, now.
And here's a brand new spelling book to take with you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, don't just stand there. Skedaddle.
Scat! Going. Don't rush me. Oh, what a grouch. Goodbye. Wish me luck.
Good luck, Pinocchio.
Oh, if that bundle of sticks ever makes it to school, I'll eat my hat.
What hat, Cricket?
Oh, you know what I mean.
Pinocchio's a pretty lucky fella. It's not everybody who gets a second chance. I guess at one time or another, all of us could use a second chance. Sometimes it's pretty hard to get something right the first time. That's what they mean when they say, you learn from your mistakes. Well, in just a few minutes, we'll catch up to Pinocchio at school with Act 3. General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly. The brain is a wonderful thing. It's practically a magician. It helps you walk, talk, jump, run, laugh, cry. Why, it even helps you think. The only thing a brain can't do is make you use it. You have to want to use your brain before it can do you any good. Now, once Pinocchio learns that, he could turn out to be quite a guy. If he learns, I mean. The Blue Fairy believes he can. The Cricket doesn't. What do you think?
7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. I've been in school for just 1 hour, and already I can tell time. So, Cricket.
Who'd have believed it? Pinocchio in school. It's a miracle.
Any news of Papa Geppetto?
Oh, that's what I came to tell you. I checked with the fisherman who saw him go out to sea.
And?
Yeah, the storm didn't drown him.
Oh, good.
No, bad. No sooner did the storm die down when along came a white whale as big as a house and swallowed your Papa Geppetto.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, but don't worry about it.
A whale swallows my father, and you say don't worry about
I'll
it?
figure a way to get him out of the whale. Just you stay at school and keep learning. I'll, handle the whale.
Okay, Cricket, it's a deal. Well, back to work. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 2 is 4. 3 and 3 is 6.
Hey, kid, will you stop studying so loud? How do you expect a guy to sleep with you yammering away?
Stuff some cotton in your ears. I'm trying to study hard so I can become a real boy.
A real boy? Well, what are you now? What?
Wait a minute. You're only a marionette.
What do you know? Hi, blockhead.
My name is Pinocchio.
Pinocchio? Did you say Pinocchio?
What kind of dumb name is that?
It's not dumb. If you're so smart, what's your name?
Lampwick.
Lamp what?
Wick, like in stick. Lampwick.
Yeah, Lampwick like broomstick. Look who's calling Pinocchio a dumb name.
You're right, kid. When they handed out names, we were last online.
Look, Lampwick, I'm sorry. You see, I was supposed to study hard all day. Otherwise, I'll never get to be a real boy.
So what? School is for the birds. If I had my way, I'd play all day.
Yeah, me too.
Listen.
Yeah?
You really feel the way I do? About being lazy, I mean?
Oh, you can say that again. But I promise that...
I got a great idea. There's this place down the road called Happy Time Land. No school, no teachers, no books. Vacation begins on the 1st of January and goes right up to Christmas. Then Christmas vacation begins.
That sounds great. But what do you do there?
Do? You have fun. That's what you do.
Step right up and welcome to Happy Time Land. No teachers allowed, children only. Step right in, 5 cents, please.
Here's my nickel, mister. Come on, Pinocchio.
Next.
I don't have a nickel, sir. Can I sell this spelling book?
But why not?
as I live and breathe, if it isn't my old friend Pinocchio.
Oh, hi, Mr. Blunderbuss. Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm making more money running this place. Hey, Pinocchio, I just had an idea. How about doing your act again? I can still make you a big star, you know.
Oh, no thank you, Mr. Blunderbuss. I came here to have fun, not to work. Be seeing ya.
Not work, huh? Well, we'll see about that.
What'd I tell you, Pinocchio? Isn't this the life?
Oh, yeah. Boy, I've been playing 5 days without a stop. I'm not even tired yet.
Stop the music!
What's happened to you? You've turned into a donkey.
And so have you, my friend.
No, I haven't. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Oh, do my ears feel so furry? Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Because all donkeys have furry ears.
Why have I turned into a donkey? Hee-haw, hee-haw.
That's what happens to all children who are too lazy to learn anything. They grow up to be donkeys. All right, men, take all these donkeys away and sell them to the farmers.
Yeah, I mean, aren't you selling me too? Yeah.
Oh, no, Pinocchio. You're going to become the greatest donkey star in the world. I'll make tons of money, and you can have all the hay you want to eat.
Hay? Yeah.
Oh,
no. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. Let the drums roll. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting for the first time in history, Pinocchio, the performing donkey. He marches, he trots, he gallops. And now a triple somersault.
Oh, I sprained my leg.
Oh, I might have known. Once a jackass, always a jackass.
Where are you taking me?
To toss you into the sea. A lame donkey's no good to me, and good riddance.
Help! Hee-haw! Hee-haw! Help! I'm drowning!
Oh, Pinocchio, I always knew you were a jackass.
Oh, do something.
Yeah, I guess I'd better do something. Now, let me think. I know. I'll turn him back into a marionette. That wooden head of his ought to keep him afloat. Alley-oop?
Oh, thanks, Cricket.
Pinocchio, look. It's a whale. And he's heading our way with his mouth wide open. Swim the other way or he'll get you.
Okay. Wait a minute, Cricket. It's a white whale.
Yeah?
Oh, isn't he the one who swallowed Papa Geppetto?
Why, so it is. Oh, it's too late to do anything about that now. Swim the other way.
No, sir. Save yourself, Cricket. I'm swimming right into that whale's mouth. I'm going to save Papa Geppetto if it's the last thing I do. Papa Geppetto, where are you? Papa, where are you?
Who is it?
It's Pinocchio. Where are you? I can't see you.
Wait, I light my candle. Here I am, my boy.
Oh, Papa Geppetto, am I glad to see you?
Pinocchio, my brave boy. You came to save me. Oh, such a good boy.
No, Papa. I've been a bad boy. I've broken everybody's heart.
We will talk about that later. Come with me. The kitchen is right this way.
Kitchen? Are you feeling well, Papa Geppetto? A kitchen in a whale's stomach?
Trust to your old papa. Are you hungry, my boy?
Oh, famished. But what can you eat in a whale?
Fish, of course. The whale swallows plenty every day. They're delicious. Here, sprinkle some pepper and salt. I brought these with me as well. Now, what can I do for you?
Do for me? Well, Papa Geppetto, I've come to get you out of this whale. Look, I've got a plan. Hand me that pepper shaker, please. Now, we're going to tiptoe over to where the whale spout is. Come on. Here we are, right underneath it. Now, get ready. When the whale takes a deep breath, I'm going to throw all this pepper up the spout,
And he will sneeze us to freedom?
Shh, not so loud. Here we go. We're free! Papa Geppetto, it worked! Look at us flying through the air!
Pinocchio! Unfold!
No, here! Grab my hair! We've made it, Papa Geppetto. The whale sneezed us right up to the blue fairy's doorstep.
Oh, you're both safe. Oh, thank heaven. I was so worried.
Rick? Well, what do you know? Will wonders never cease?
Oh, come in, both of you. You must be very tired.
Oh, no, thank you. I'll be going now. Goodbye.
But, Pinocchio, why are you leaving us?
Well, because all I've ever brought you is trouble.
Don't you want to become a real boy and grow up to be a man?
We've tried, but it's no good. I know now I'll never make it. Cricket was right. Once a blockhead, always a blockhead.
Well, now, wait. I know I always kidded you about your head, but did I ever say a mean word about your heart?
He's right. My son, you have a good heart.
You see, Pinocchio, to be a real boy, you should not only have a head that thinks, but a heart that feels as well. Once you saved my life with your kindness, and then you rescued Papa Geppetto with your courage. I once made a promise to you, Pinocchio. I always keep my promises.
What's happening? I feel very funny.
Come into the house and look at yourself in the mirror.
I've changed into a real boy. Wow, what an improvement. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, but what's happened to the marionette I used to be?
There it is, on the chair.
That bundle of sticks used to be me? Oh, boy, I must have been some blockhead.
But that is all over with now. I think I will start a fire with those sticks. It's getting chilly in here.
No, don't, please. Hang it up on the wall. Just to remind me of what I used to be like.
There's a song that starts with the words, "You've got to have heart." Well, I suppose you could call that Pinocchio's theme song. I'm not sure that Pinocchio will ever become a professor, but having learned one lesson, he'll probably catch on to learning other important lessons and grow up to be quite a respectable citizen. I'll be back shortly. That was quite an adventure, wasn't it? And only a wooden marionette could have survived it. That's why Pinocchio has captured everybody's heart ever since people began to read about him. First in Italy, and then in all the other countries in the world. Today, Pinocchio is famous from Japan all the way to Africa. And I guess the real reason is that despite the fact that he was made of wood, Pinocchio was so human.
Our cast included Evie Juster, Robert Dryden, Russell Horton, Joan Shea, and Leon Janney. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is Tom Bosley inviting you to return to the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater for another exciting tale you can hear through the magic of radio. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater is recommended by NEA the National Education Association.
Radio Adventure Theater. I'm Tom Bosley, welcoming you to the magic world of radio, the world of your imagination, a world as vast as the universe. Today's story was written late in the 19th century by Edith Nesbit, a time when life was much simpler than it is today, when the railroad was an even newer thing than airplanes are now, and just as important and fascinating to the people who lived then. It's the story of a family, a mother and two children, who face a serious crisis, but resolve their problems through love, ingenuity, and courage. The Railway Children was written especially for the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater by Robert Newman and stars Sarah Parker and Toby Parker. I shall be back shortly with Act One. They were not called the Railway Children to begin with. They were just Roberta, known as Bobby, and her younger brother, Peter. And they lived in a comfortable house just outside of London and thought of the railway as a means of getting to places like the museum and the zoo. They only became the Railway Children later on, after that strange and terrible night that changed their whole lives.
I can't tell you much about it because there's so much I don't know. It began when two men came to see Father one night, after supper, and he went to talk with them in his study. After a while, he sent for Mother, and when she came out, her face was white.
Is anything wrong, Mother?
Yes, Peter. I'm afraid there is. Those men brought some very bad news.
What kind of news?
I can't tell you that, but your father has to go away with them.
For long?
I hope not for long. And since if he's not here, we won't have much money, we're going to have to move.
To where?
To a place I've found for us in the country, about an hour from here.
Are we moving because we're poor now, Mother?
Yes, Bobby.
Do we have any money at all?
We have a little, enough to live on for a little while. And as you know, I've been thinking of trying to write some stories, the kind I tell you at night. So I'm going to work very hard on that, and if I start selling them, we'll be fine.
A few days later, we did move. The moving men came for our furniture, and we took the train. It was dark when we got to the house, so we couldn't see much of it. But it seemed very small after our old one. After we were in bed and Mother had said goodnight to us, Peter came into my room.
I'm worried about Father. Where do you suppose he's gone?
I don't know.
Maybe they sent him on a secret mission somewhere, and that's why we're not supposed to ask any questions about it.
Maybe. The next morning, we went out to explore while Mother got things settled in the house. By daylight, the house turned out to be quite pretty. A small white cottage with a garden behind it. There was a field beyond the garden, and beyond the field, there was a railway. We walked down to it and sat on the bank.
It looks different here, doesn't it?
Looks or feels different?
I guess feels. But I don't know why.
Maybe because that's how we came here. By the railway. So it's kind of a link to our old house. And our old life. And London.
And Father.
Yes, and Father.
Listen! A train is coming.
There it is. On its way to London.
Shall we wave to it?
Of course.
Well, the engineer waved back, but no one else did.
That old gentleman did.
Where?
There, in the first-class carriage. He's still waving.
Oh, I see him. He looks nice. You know, I like this. I like being close to the railway. I want to find out everything I can about it. And trains, and everything.
I felt the same way about it, and we decided the place to find things out was the station. So we walked up there. A gray-haired man in a uniform had just come out of the ticket office.
Well, who are you?
We're Peter and Roberta Brandon, and we've just moved into the White Cottage, up on the hill.
Oh, yes, I remember. Well, I'm Mr. Perks, the station master. Oh, don't tell me you're leaving here already.
Oh, no. We're not going away. It's just that we're very interested in the railway, and we'd like to learn something about it.
Well, now, what would you like to know?
What are all those tracks off to the side there that don't go anywhere?
Oh, that's the yard. Freight cars are running there to be unloaded.
And what's the big tower next to the track?
That's the water tower. Engines need water, you see, and coal to run. And when one of them's low on water, they just stop there and fill up.
And I suppose that's why there's that big pile of coal next to it.
That's right. Oh, trains don't often need it. They take on coal further up the line where they start. But we have it here just in case.
Thank you very much, Mr. Perks. Can we come back sometime?
Why, any time. I'll be glad to talk to you if I'm not busy.
So we now, Mr. Perks and the old gentleman on the train. The next morning, and every morning after that, we went down to the tracks and waved to the old gentleman in the first-class carriage. And he always smiled and waved back to us. Several days later, it was raining, but we went anyway. And when we got back, we found Mother warming her hands at the kitchen stove.
Are you cold, Mother?
A little. Spring's late this year, and when I'm up in my room for very long, I start to feel it.
There's a stove in your room, too, Mother. Why don't I build a fire up there?
Because coal's too expensive, Peter. We cook on this stove, so we need it, but we can't afford another fire.
Oh.
I'll see you both later.
Mother really is working very hard on her stories.
Yes, she is. And I think it's terrible that she should be up in her cold room. If Father were here, I'll bet he'd see that she had a fire there.
He's not here. And if coal is expensive...
I know where I can get some without money.
Where?
At the railway yard.
But we can't take any of that, Peter. It's the railway's coal.
But they don't use it. Mr. Perks said they just have it there in case. So taking it would be just like taking it from a coal mine, that no one's working anymore.
It would be nice to have enough so Mother wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I'm going to get some. Tonight.
I felt a little strange about it, but I hated to have Mother worrying about things. So I said I'd go too. That night, after supper, we slipped out with a big sack and filled it with coal from the pile at the railway yard. We went there several times. And then, one night, when we just started filling the sack...
Now, I finally got you, you young thief.
Mr. Perks!
Oh, yes, it's Perks, all right. And, oh, why, Peter. And Bobby, too. Oh, I am surprised. Two well-brought-up and well-off children stealing like this.
But we're not stealing. At least I hope we're not. Peter said it was just like taking from a mine that no one was using. And besides, we're poor.
Poor?
Yes. Mother said we can't afford more than one fire in the house, and she kept coming down to get warm at the kitchen stove.
We didn't take much. And if you think it's wrong...
Well, it is wrong. That's the railway's coal, and taking it is stealing, no matter why you wanted it.
Are you going to call the police?
Well, no. considering why you took it. And if you promise not to do it again, I'll forget about it.
We promise. Mr. Perks, you're a darling. We went home feeling ashamed because no matter what Peter had said, I think we both knew that it was wrong to take the coal. But the next day, we had something much more serious to worry about.
Your mother's sick, children. She has a bad case of influenza.
Is that serious?
Well, it needn't be if she's taken care of properly. That's the next question. Who's going to take care of her?
We will. We'll have to. There are just the two of us besides Mother.
Oh, can you cook, Bobby?
A little. Enough to make things for her and us.
So I'd be happier if there was a grown-up around, but you seem pretty competent. I'll send over some medicine for her, but there are some other things she's going to need. I'll write them down.
What did the doctor say to you, children?
That you had influenza and had to stay in bed, but that you'd be fine if we took proper care of you.
He's going to send over some medicine for you. But he also gave us a list of things that you should have.
Let me see the list. What? This is ridiculous. Beef tea? I don't need beef tea. Any soup will do. And grapes. Does he have any idea how much grapes cost? As for brandy, that's out of the question. I will get well without any of that.
If the doctor says she needs these things to get well, she should have them.
But what can we do? We don't have any money.
She's got to get well. Isn't there someone we can ask to buy them? No matter what it costs. And pay them back sometime.
Who can we ask? We don't have any relatives since Aunt Amy died. What about the old gentleman?
The one on the train?
Yes. I'm sure he's well off. He always rides first class. And I think he likes us. Because he always smiles and waves to us.
But we've never even talked to him. How could we let him know what we need? And why?
We'll write him a letter.
When we don't know his name or where he lives?
Yes, I'll write him a letter. You'll stand in the field with a sign, telling him to look out the window when the train stops at the station. I'll be waiting at the station, and when he looks out, I'll give him the letter.
Bobby, that's a wonderful idea. That just may do it.
And so, out of their deep concern for their mother, the children decide to approach a man they've never met and ask him for help. Their plan is ingenious, but has a great many uncertain elements. For in spite of their rather touching faith, the man they call the old gentleman is a complete stranger. Will he respond, or are they in for a disappointment? We'll find out shortly when I return with Act 2.
The kilometer and the kilometer connected to the...
The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly.
Yeah.
Now back to the railway children who have been trying to be brave about their father's absence and who now have something else to be concerned about, their mother's illness. Before they went to bed, Bobby wrote a letter to the old gentleman, and Peter made a sign telling him to look out at the station. It's the next morning now.
We got up earlier than usual. I left Peter with a sign in the field, where we always waved to the train and went on to the station.
Well, good morning, Bobby. You're up early today.
Yes, I am. Has the train come through yet, Mr. Perks?
The 9:10? No, but it should be here any minute. Why?
There's someone on it I have to talk to.
Oh, a friend?
Yes. At least I hope he's a friend. Where does the first-class carriage stop?
Oh, well, that's the last car on the 910. It should stop at the end of the platform there. But where's Peter this morning?
He's further up the line. Is that the train?
Oh, yes, it is. Right on time. Now, don't stand too close to the edge of the platform.
Oh, where is he? Where?
Well, there's someone looking out up there, Bobby.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Perk. Sir?
Well, good morning, my dear. I saw the sign that your brother was holding up. He is your brother, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's Peter, and I'm Bobby. Roberta, that is.
Well, I'm very happy to meet you, Roberta. I've been wondering who you were ever since you started waving to me. I find myself looking forward to it every morning.
We do, too. And, sir, here's a letter for you.
A letter?
Yes. It will tell you who we are, and it also asks you to do something. And, well, I hope you won't be annoyed about it.
Oh, why should I be annoyed?
Well...
Hold on.
Oh, dear, the train's going. You will read the letter, won't you?
Well, of course, Roberta. Immediately.
The train left, and I stared after it. I'd finally met the old gentleman, and he was just as nice as we thought he'd be. I went back to where I'd left Peter, and as we walked home, we wondered how long it would be before we heard from him. At a little after 6 that night, there was a knock on the door.
Well, evening, Bobby. Peter, here's a package for you.
A package?
Yes, package. Well, it's a sort of a hamper or basket. A gentleman on the up train from London gave it to me. Asked me to bring it here to you.
Our old gentleman.
Yes, the one you talked to this morning. And how's your mother feeling?
A little better, we think. But what's in here should make her feel much better.
Oh, I hope it does. And please give her my regards.
We'll do that. And thank you very much, Mr. Perk.
Not at all. Good night.
Who was that, children?
A package for you, Mother.
For me? From whom?
We're not really sure.
Well, bring it up here.
What shall we do?
Well, it is for her. We'd better take it up.
She's not going to like it. But wait, here's a note. Do you think we should read it?
It's addressed to us.
All right. Well?
Yes. Maybe she won't be angry after she reads it.
Children?
Yes, Mother. We're coming.
Here you are, Mother.
Oh, what in heaven's name? What's in it?
We think we know, but you'd better look.
What? Brandy? And grapes? And beef tea? And 2 roast chickens? And some roses? Well, I don't believe it. Who sent it?
Our friend, the old gentleman.
What old gentleman?
The one on the train we wave to every morning. You see, the doctor said you really needed some of these things. And even though you said you didn't...
You mean you asked somebody, a complete stranger, for them?
We wanted to get you well, Mother, and we didn't know who else to talk to. And he said in his letter that you shouldn't be angry.
Where is the letter?
Here. It was on the outside of the basket.
But this... He doesn't even sign his name. He just says, your good friend.
Yes. Doesn't that and the letter itself prove that he didn't mind doing it? Oh, Mother, don't cry. Please. We didn't mean to make you angry.
Darling, I'm not angry. Not anymore. It's just that I'm not used to having anyone do things for me. For us.
The things in the basket must have helped because Mother started feeling better right after that. And a few days later, we made another sign that said, "She's all well now. Thank you." And when we held that up, he smiled and nodded so hard his top hat almost fell off.
Well, that's that. I think he was pleased.
So do I. How about walking down the line away?
All right. There are lots of flowers near where the tracks go into the tunnel. We can pick some for Mother.
All right.
Bobby, look.
At what?
Those trees on the bank near the tunnel. They're shaking.
They're not shaking. They're moving. Sliding.
The whole bank's come down on the track. It's a landslide.
All that rain we've had must have loosened it.
It's going to be some job to dig it all up. Clear the tracks.
It'll take them hours. Even longer. And, Peter, what time is it?
I don't know. I don't have a watch. But the 9:10 to London went through. So it must be 9:30. Why?
Doesn't the up train come through at about 20 of?
Yes, it does. And you mean the tracks are blocked, and they don't know it?
Yes, and they won't see it when they come out of the tunnel, because there's a curve. They'll run into it at full speed.
We've got to stop the train. If they run into it, people will be hurt, maybe even killed.
Let's run towards the tunnel. The closer we get, the more time they'll have to stop.
Better not go any closer. If we get into the tunnel, they may not see us.
All right. Wait, listen.
It's coming. Wave as hard as you can. Bobby, don't stand right in the track.
I want to make sure they see us. I'll jump back when it comes out of the tunnel.
Stop!
Oh, please stop.
Bobby, get back. They are stopping. They are.
Now, what's all this? What are you doing here on the tracks?
There's been a landslide. Look up ahead there.
What? Well, I'll be. Why, if we'd have run into that.
That's why we did it. We were afraid you'd be wrecked.
And so we would have been. A pair of heroes, that's what you are.
They made quite a fuss about it. And of course we were very pleased. The next day we got a letter from Mr. Jabez Inglewood, one of the directors of the railway, asking if we could be at the station on Friday for a presentation to commemorate our actions.
Look at all those people on the platform. There's Mr. Perks and the engineer and fireman of the train we stopped. And Bobby, isn't that...
Yes, it's our old gentleman.
Good afternoon, Roberta and Peter. Is this your mother?
Yes, it is.
Well, Mrs. Brandon, I'm Jabez Inglewood, one of the directors of the Northern and Western Railway.
You're Mr. Inglewood?
Yes, I am.
I'm very happy to meet you, and even happier to have an opportunity to thank you in person for that hamper you sent me when I was ill. One of these days, I would like to repay you.
Now, don't you think the children have more than repaid me and the railway by what they did? Well, we're very much in their debt, which, of course, is why we're here. May we have quiet, please? Please? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to honor two young people, Roberta and Peter Brandon, for their prompt and courageous action in stopping a train this past Monday and thus averting a serious accident. In token of our appreciation, I, speaking for the other directors, would like to present each of them with a suitably inscribed gold watch.
A watch? I've never had a watch of my own. Oh, Mother, can we accept that?
Well,
of course you can. I'd feel very hurt if you didn't.
Then, thank you very much.
I don't think I have to tell you, Mrs. Brandon, that they're quite extraordinary children. Now, is there anything else that I can do for you? Any way I can help you?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Inglewood. It's very kind of you. No, I don't think there's anything.
Mrs. Brandon hesitated as she said that, which means that there was something. Does it concern her husband, the children's father? It's possible, for it was his mysterious disappearance that changed their lives completely, caused all their difficulties. But if that's what it was, and Mr. Inglewood can help her, why didn't she say so? We'll find out when we return with Act 3. Well, the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly. Now back to our story. The next few days were happy ones for the Brandons, the happiest they had known since the night Mr. Brandon went away so suddenly and mysteriously. Mrs. Brandon was working on some new stories, and the children were still enjoying the praise and affection of the small community in which they lived. Then came the morning they would never forget.
It was finally spring. A lovely warm day. Mother had sent us into town to buy some fish, and the fisherman had wrapped it in some old newspaper, as he always did. And we were on our way home when Peter said,
Bobby, what is it?
This article here in the paper.
What paper?
The one the fish is wrapped in. The headline says that trial ends. Brandon found guilty.
What? Let's see. You don't mean... That can't be, Father.
But it is. It must be. The paper is several months old, from about the time that Father went away. And it says, John Brandon, important figure in the Foreign Office, was found guilty of selling official secrets to a foreign power.
But it can't be, Father. It can't. He wouldn't do such a thing.
Of course he wouldn't. That's why Mother was so miserable. Why she never wanted to talk about it. Tell us where he was.
What do you think we should do?
I think we should tell Mother we know.
I should have known that someday, some way, you'd find out. But you don't believe it, do you? Believe your father did it?
Of course not.
But how did it happen?
There was evidence. Papers were missing, and they found an incriminating letter in your father's desk.
Addressed to him?
No, it wasn't addressed to anyone. It was just a note about meeting someone somewhere.
Then someone must have put it there. But who?
Your father and I always thought it might be Forsyth, your father's assistant. He'd always been jealous of your father. He got your father's job when your father went to jail.
But why didn't you tell us?
Because I felt it would be too difficult for you. That you'd be better off not knowing. I see now that it was a mistake. Do you have any plans for this afternoon, children?
I have. The boys at Chilton School are having a paper chase, and I thought I'd go watch.
What's a paper chase?
It's sometimes called Hare and Hounds. One boy, the hare, has a bag filled with bits of paper. He starts running, dropping the scraps of paper, and the others, the hounds, follow the trail and try to catch him.
That sounds like fun. Can I come too?
Of course.
Do you know when it's going to be and where?
It's starting at the school at 2 o'clock. That's quite a way off. But Mr. Perk says the hare will probably come this way because it's all downhill and run along the railway.
We went out along the railway to the hill where the tunnel went through. And a little while later, we saw the hare. He was a tall boy of about 16, and he was running hard and dropping bits of paper as he ran. He came to the tracks, hesitated a minute, then turned and ran to the tunnel.
I say, look at that.
Is that fair, going into the tunnel?
Why not?
It's too dark to see the paper.
Well, once the hounds go in, they'll know they have to go all the way through. And they can pick up the trail on the other side.
Here they come. How many are there?
4, 6, 8, 10 of them.
No, 11. There's another. The one in the red jersey.
Oh, yes. He's way behind.
He's limping. He must have hurt his foot, or else he has a blister. Now what?
Let's go over the hill and watch them come out the other side. There's the hare. He's climbing up the bank.
And here comes the first of the hounds. He's gained on him.
And it's still a long way back to the school. He may catch him.
Here comes the rest of the hounds. They may catch him, too.
Yes. Well, that's that. Shall we go now?
What?
Shall we go now? I want to do some work in the garden.
Weren't there 11 hounds?
Yes. Why?
There are only 10 of them now. One's missing. The boy in the red jersey.
Oh, yes. The one who is limping. He'll probably be along soon.
Suppose he fell and hurt himself or something. And he's still in the tunnel.
You mean the others wouldn't know it till they got back to the school?
I think we ought to go down and look in the tunnel. I'm sure something's happened to him. And if it has, he may need help.
Do you hear anything? See anything?
No.
It's awfully dark. We must be almost halfway through by now.
I know. But Peter, I think... Yes! Here he is.
Where?
Lying here on the tracks. I think he's unconscious. And Peter, what time is it?
I don't know. It's too dark to see my watch. But it must be almost 3. Why?
Doesn't the train come through a little before 3?
Oh, golly, yes. And he's lying right on the tracks.
We've got to move him before he gets here, or he'll be killed.
Move him where?
There are bays on the side of the tunnel. Places for workmen to stand when the train comes through. Yes, here's one. We'll move him here.
He's a lot bigger than we are. I don't know if we can.
We've got to. Take his feet. I'll take his head. Now, lift. And pull. That's it.
Maybe we should try to wake him again. If we can.
We can't. There's the train. Lift. And pull again. Once more. There. Now this way, off the track. Is it clear? Yes. Are you awake? Can you hear me?
What? Yes, of course. Where am I?
In the tunnel. You were running through and something must have happened.
I remember. I tripped on something. You saved my life.
I guess maybe we did. What's your name?
Jim Knowles. Oh, you two are just about the smartest and bravest people I've ever known.
Peter came back with the men. It was too far to take Jim to the school, so they carried him to our house. Mr. Inglewood.
Good afternoon, Roberta. Well, I understand you've done it again.
Son what?
Isn't my grandson Jim here?
You mean you're his grandfather?
Yes, I am. Mrs. Brandon, Roberta, Peter, I don't know what to say to you.
I don't think there's any need to say anything.
Oh, I do. The railway was greatly in debt to your children for stopping the train, and now I find myself even more deeply and personally in their debt. For as I understand it, they saved Jim's life.
We were very happy to help Jim, even though it was pretty scary for a while. Mr. Inglewood stayed for a while, talking to Mother and us. And when he was ready to leave, Peter and I said we'd walk him to the station. There might be something you could do for us. Mother wouldn't dream of asking you, but we thought we would.
And what's that, Roberta?
It's about Father. I don't know what you could do, but if you could do anything, we'd be the ones who are grateful, more grateful than anyone ever was.
Oh, well, you tell me all about it. I remember the case. Remember thinking at the time that it was ridiculous to believe that a man of your father's caliber could do such a thing. And now that I've met you and your mother, I'm convinced of it.
Then you think you could do something?
Well, I don't know. I have friends in the Foreign Office and also at Scotland Yard. Don't say anything to your mother about it. Not even that you discussed it with me. But I shall certainly look into it.
A few days went by, and on Sunday morning, I woke up feeling very strange. Not sick, but as if something were going to happen. After breakfast, I went out, and Peter followed me.
Where are you going?
Down to the station.
Why?
I don't know. I just want to be there when the 942 comes in.
That's silly. Nobody ever comes on that. Even Mr. Perks isn't at the station.
You don't have to come if you don't want to.
I've nothing else to do, so I might as well. Well, there it is. And just as I said, no one's getting off. Bobby, isn't that...
Yes, Father. Father!
Bobby! Oh, Bobby, my darling. And Peter.
Is it really you, Father?
It certainly is. But where's your mother?
At the house. We came down alone.
Oh, but why didn't you get my telegram?
Telegram?
Yes, I was released late yesterday afternoon. I sent a telegram saying I was coming.
But today's Sunday. The telegraph office is closed, so they don't deliver telegrams.
Well, then, how is it that you're here?
I don't know. I just had a feeling. I wanted to be. Father, what happened?
Well, it seems a friend of yours got interested in the case.
Mr. Inglewood.
That's right. And he talked to people, and they began investigating again. And Forsyth panicked and tried to leave the country. And when they stopped him, he confessed everything.
Then it's all over. You're really free?
Yes, children, I'm free and completely clear. Now, come on. Show me the way to the house.
And so the railway, which played such an important part in the lives of Bobby and Peter, continued to play its part to the very end, bringing back to them the one person they needed to make their lives complete. I'll be back shortly. And so ends our story of the railway children. A story of another and a simpler time, but one that still lives, still is read and enjoyed, not only because it mirrors that time long past, but because it's concerned with some very basic and lasting values: courage and faith and the love of members of a family for one another. Our cast included Sarah Parker, Toby Parker, Ian Martin, Terry Keane, William Griffiths, and Gilbert Mack. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is Tom Bosley inviting you to return to the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater for another exciting tale you can hear through the magic of radio. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater is recommended by NEA, the National Education Association. General Mills Radio Theater. Welcome again to the magic world of radio, the world of wonder and imagination, the world not only of today, but of tomorrow. I'm Tom Bosley. We live on Earth, but beyond are the stars, and beyond the stars are infinite other universes. And we're not alone. And every so often, an alien wind blows in from another frontier to terrify us because it is beyond our understanding. Our adventure story, The Other World, was written especially for the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater by Ian Martin and stars Jada Rowland. I'll be back shortly.
Complex on you, huh?
This is a let's suppose story. Let's suppose we have enough imagination not to be like our fathers and mothers. I mean, they tend to brush off the talk of other worlds. But the 20th century is catching up with them, and all of us. From here on in, anything is possible. So let's suppose you're Jenny Blake, not quite 16. Can you imagine this happening to you?
Hi, J.J.
Jenny, what are you doing in here? How'd you get past security into headquarters?
Easy, once you know the ropes. Where's my father?
Oh, up in Magna Control. Does he know you're wandering about in a security area?
Of course not. Who does?
You shouldn't be fooling around, Jenny.
Oh, don't worry about me. Nobody does.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
If my dad is smart enough to dream up this whole top-secret magic house here at the North Pole, don't you think his daughter is smart enough to figure out how to get past all the electronic surveillance?
Well, what are you telling me? You have a special gadget that offsets all the safety beams or a secret magnetic field that makes you invisible?
You're cute.
That's an answer?
That's a comment. You want an answer. I'm 15, going on 16, and I'm just small enough to duck under all the seeing eye beams.
Well, you're not kidding me, Jenny. You have some secret charm going for you.
It's about time you started to recognize it.
Will you quit it?
Oh, I just have to keep on needling you. So you'll remember to wait for me to grow up and be old enough for you. What's new on the scanner?
Well, nothing, thank the Lord.
What about out there? The other world.
No, we don't have to worry about them, thanks to your father. No way they can get through to us now that we've plugged the hole in the donut.
Well, Alex, what report?
They've closed off our one chance to conquer them, but I'll find a way.
We must. Our star is dying. We must have their planet to live, or we die too.
Why can we never solve our problem? Why do we have to absorb more moisture than any star can provide for long?
We do. By wandering to new worlds, so the planet called Earth must be ours if we are to survive.
What do you mean? Plug the hole in the donut, J.J.?
Forget it. Right now, what's more important is how did you get into this complex without top-secret clearance?
Easy. Daddy set it up.
He did? Why?
That's my business.
Okay, supposing I buy your story. Now, where's your security badge?
Right here.
Let me see. Okay, so far. But you're supposed to wear this where it can be seen.
I know. I just ducked it before I came through the door to put you on a little.
Well, it isn't funny. The lives of everyone on this planet depend on what's going on here. Now, where's your radiation shield?
In my shirt pocket.
Have you switched it on?
No. Oh, I thought as long as I wasn't in the red area...
Now, you listen to me. Every minute you're in this complex of buildings, I don't care how it's coded, yellow, green, blue, red, you keep that shield on. I repeat, the lives of everyone depend on it. Now, I don't care how many precautions are taken. We can't stop every minute to check what's floating around.
All right, J.J., I'm sorry.
I don't want you to be sorry, Jenny. I want you to be safe.
J.J., Professor Blake asked me to tell... Oh,
Hello, Miss Blake.
Hello, Sergeant Brown.
General Blake sent me out to tell you that Jenny was on her way in.
A little late.
So I see. We had a slight emergency. Everything's on target again.
Can I go in and see my father now?
Your father asked if you'd wait for him in his standby quarters.
Where's that?
Oh, that's the door at the end of the hall.
Is it open?
Professor Blake told me to open it.
I think I'd prefer to let myself in.
No, you can't. I'll come with you. It's a combination lock.
Oh, I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd still like to know what plugging the hole in the donut means.
I'm afraid that's something you'll have to ask your father, youngster.
Youngster? Oh.
That little girl has a crush on you.
She's got better sense than you have, Trish.
Oh, let's not go into that again. I get enough from Jenny. She hates me because she thinks I cut her out with you.
I wish it was true. If you think Jenny has a hate on you now, can you imagine what it would be like if she knew about you and her father?
Hi, Duchess. Sorry I was so long.
Hello, Daddy.
No salute for the General? Or am I still in the doghouse?
Oh, Daddy. There's your salute.
Thank you. No smile to go with it?
Oh, let's not get icky. What does it mean, plugging a hole in the donut?
Where'd you pick up that phrase?
Oh, around. What does it mean?
I want to know who said it to you.
I'm not going to tell, so don't try to push me. Why not try leveling with me instead of shutting me out?
I'm not shutting you out. It's top secret.
From me?
From anyone. Except the very few who do know what it means.
And I can't be one of them. What are you afraid of?
Let's put it this way. It's something I don't want you to know because just having the knowledge could be dangerous to you.
Did Mom know?
Yes. She knew. Or at least what I was trying to do. Too late for her.
If Mom knew, why can't I? Am I too young for state secrets?
It isn't that, Jenny.
Well, then what? You let me into the house of mysteries, and I only get so far, and whammo, I'm shut out again. Just the way you've shut me out ever since Mom died.
Jenny, listen to me.
Well, maybe I'd listen if you'd level with me for once.
I tried. Believe me, I tried.
Sure, by shipping me off to all those tacky boarding schools. And then when I keep busting out, the best you can do is drag me up here halfway to the North Pole.
I wanted you to be with me.
Well, that's all I wanted. But I never, ever am.
That's why I tried to bring you right into the complex here.
Being with a person isn't just being where he is. It's sharing. Being what's left of our family.
I can't share what I'm doing here, Jenny. It really isn't mine to share. But I can have you living in the same quarters with me again, and when I have time off, we can be together.
Oh, well, what do I do the rest of the time?
Well, there's school and...
Oh, stop treating me like a child.
What are you?
Will you wake up, Daddy, and stop living 5 years ago when Mom died? I'm almost 16.
So grown up. Are you all that anxious to join the rest of us who wish with all our hearts the world had just stopped spinning then and never gotten to where it is now?
What do you mean?
I mean...
This is Red Alert 3. Red Alert 3. Attention, General Blake. Sole attention, General Blake. Will he report to the control center immediately? Confirmation C158138. This is Patricia Brown. Please signify.
Sorry, Jenny. Have to cut this short.
Patricia Brown. Big deal.
Don't be that way, Duchess. What is it, Trish?
Scramble 5, sir. Enemy in contact.
I'll be right in. Gotta go, Jenny.
Daddy, you never have any time for me.
The whole horror is if we can't stop it, none of us will have time for anything. We can't just let the other world take over.
They would call it.
How?
It may not be completely sealed.
Are we ready to take advantage of it?
8 interplanetary centrifuge airships are hovering, waiting for the word.
They are manned.
These must be.
How many of us will we lose?
A handful when they crash. But what they carry can wipe out the alien Earthlings and make the planet a fit home for us.
Excellent. Then order them to attack.
Not yet. We have a limited amount of germs. None can be wasted if we are to clear the Earth planet. We must be sure the field of radiation is weak and narrow enough for us to break through.
When will we know that?
When our first ship fails to get through. It might have been so easy.
What does that mean?
We waited too long. They laughed at us and called us UFOs.
UFO?
In their terms, unidentified flying objects. We fill their skies, but they do not believe we are real. The few of our spinning circles that crashed disintegrated and became part of their landscape as we planned. So gradually, without problem, we could release the quiet death.
We have no time for that anymore.
I know. That is why the attack is poised and ready.
Then, attack.
Gently, Master, gently. We must first be sure of success. Let us find out for certain what defenses the enemy has left against us. In this struggle, one civilization must die. Let us be sure it is their world, not ours.
So many planets ride the skies. How many of them are inhabited? And of those that are, or might be, how many of them are hostile to us? Those spinning circles, flat tops like a saucer that have been sighted everywhere. The so-called UFOs that dart elusively through our skies. Are they visitors from another world? I'll return shortly with that, too. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly.
On a thanking, Betty.
Returning to today's adventure story, let's keep our feet as near to the ground as we can on our own universe. And with the guardians of it, a group like JJ and Trish and General Josh Blake, who are profoundly troubled. And a teenager like Jenny, who figures them all too uptight. Is she right or wrong? Well, you're going to have to ride with her and get your eyes open to what's happening at this moment.
You think it's a serious attack, JJ?
Maybe just a probe, Trish.
Why do they want to destroy us?
From all the readings we get, because they're desperate. Their planet can't sustain them anymore.
I just checked the scanners. Hi, Trish, JJ. What do you read out?
It's hard to lay down, sir. My guess is they're not up to task force size. They're just testing the barrier.
Oh, I wouldn't count on it. They just might figure a breakthrough.
All right. We're on Red Alert 3. Step it up to Red 2 and have all units stand by on war footing.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Trish, I'll want hour-by-hour reports, minute by minute if it comes down to that. We'd better contain them on this or we're down the drain.
Do you think this might be a full-scale attack, Josh?
Whatever a full-scale attack is, how would you describe it?
A world epidemic of disease. An attack of germs to destroy all of us and make the world ready for invasion by the other world?
You're right about everything except the invasion. By the time that happens, if their plan works, there would be nothing to invade.
Are we going to stand by and see that happen?
You can ask me that. They killed Jenny's mother in the second wave because we were still standing by. They wouldn't listen to us. The microbiologists who isolated the virus, and the physicists, and the engineers, like myself. They claimed that the first epidemic was an accident of nature, not an invasion from outer space. The second wave shook the world, and me. When I lost my wife, I promised her I'd try to save the world. At least for Jenny, if no one else.
Please, Josh, don't go back over it. Stepping up the magna projector.
She's in phase 3 now.
Will that shut them out?
It has, up till now. We'll have to see. They must have found the way through the outer Van Allen radiation belt, which brings them too close for comfort. Let's hope the inner one and our patches hold.
Why did we have to patch it, Josh?
Because the Van Allen belts are like donuts.
I never quite understand. I try to do my homework. I know, for example, that there are 2 belts of radioactive material that Van Allen discovered. And I always thought they were like envelopes or layers of protective skin around the globe.
Well, they are, in a sense. But they're not skin. They're just pieces of atoms held together by magnetic fields. And over both the North and the South Pole, some negative magnetic force opens a hole in them.
That is what you developed the magna projector for. To fill those holes.
The best scientific brains working together developed the magna projector. I was their leader.
The vision was yours. The final technique of maintaining the
adhesive tape, the patches. So far, we've made it stick on the South Pole. That's relatively stable. But the North, something else again.
What?
The hole we're trying to keep plugged is constantly changing shape. That's why the radiation we throw out from the magna projector has to be constantly monitored, sprayed, just almost like a hose. Because if just once, we nod and leave any parts uncovered, they can bombard us with the killer germs and wipe out all life on Earth. We've made contact with them. Come on, let's get into the control center.
They have intercepted us.
Good. Let me see. Why are our craft breaking off and retreating?
The ray. The death ray. Our ships cannot stand against it. The armor is too thin.
We can pass through the outer ring.
Not where it is radioactive. Only at each end of the axis, where the way is open.
But the inner ring is the same.
Not anymore. The death ray guards our way in.
Then we must build stronger armor for our ships.
No time.
Then must we shrivel and die?
No. The way must be opened. We must use the optical phaser.
How?
To probe through all their defenses and into the brain of the commander.
Who is their commander?
They call him General Joshua Blake.
And what will you do with his brain?
Possess it first. Train and computerize it from the central machine so it will print out whatever we feed in. Once we have used it to unlock the doorway for us, we will distract it and the rest of his people.
General Blake, sir.
Yes, Lieutenant Holman.
Wish to report enemy turned back. They lost 4 spacecraft, just disintegrated when the magna projector beam struck them. It was a rout.
This time, J.J., this time, we better stay lucky.
You mean it goes on and on like this forever?
No. That's the one good thing. If we can hold them off long enough, they're the ones who'll be wiped out.
We'll attack?
We won't have to. You see, they may be a superior race in every other way, but they have an Achilles heel, too.
What's that, sir?
For all their vaunted brain power, they've never learned to adapt to their environment. Without water, they'll die of thirst.
Yes, sir, but how long will that take?
Sometime before they find a way to penetrate our defense armor, I hope. Well, I think I'll go back to my quarters and have dinner with my daughter. Then I'll be back.
Why don't you get some rest, Sir? You need it. J.J. and I will watch things and alert you if you're needed.
I might just take you up on that. What's today's code on the doors?
8574, sir.
Thanks. Eight, 7, 5, 4. Must have mixed the digits. I'll try again. 8, 5, 7, 4.
Oh, it's you, Daddy.
Did you open the door from the inside?
No. I heard someone at it, but it started open before I got here.
8574.
What?
Well, there's a different combination to open all doors inside the red area. We change it every day.
And that's today's?
Well, you just forget it, young lady. It's top secret.
But I'll have to know to get around.
Now, you call J.J. or Trish Brown whenever you want to go anywhere. They'll handle it.
Supposing I want to go through the door at the other end of the hall.
You don't, Jenny. That's off limits.
It would be nice to know what's in there.
Just a lot of machinery you wouldn't understand. Oh, boy, I'm so tired.
Sit down.
All right, I might close my eyes a moment or so. But don't let me drop off.
Just take it easy. Relax.
I hate to conk out on your first day here at Nemo.
What's Nemo mean?
North Emergency Magna Projector Outpost.
What's a magna projector?
Well, nothing for you to bother your pretty head about. I should be paying attention to you.
Don't you worry, Daddy. I can take care of myself. Daddy? Daddy? Asleep. 8574, huh? Okay. Nobody wants to tell me anything. I'll just go find out for myself.
Did the beam cut through?
Yes.
Did you find the man?
Look for yourself on the screen.
He's asleep. Now you can get to him.
No.
What is it?
He has some kind of radiation shield about him. I cannot get through. Hold. The little one. There.
She is opening a door. Going through. The machine which makes the death ray is there. But what use could she be to us?
She is of his family. He would fight to the death to protect her. If we controlled her mind, we could control him.
Will she have a radiation shield, too?
We can find that out in a moment.
All I have to do is open this door, and I'll find out what they're trying to keep from me. 8574. Oh, my head!
Red alert number 1. Red alert 1. Plan Alpha, daytime. General Blake, will you confirm?
What the Sam Hill's going on, J.J.?
I don't know. General, you'd better get over here sooner to Control Center. Someone penetrated Omega Security. Excuse me. Now hear this. All emergency plans are go. This is daytime.
Over 2,000 years ago, a girl in Greek mythology opened the lid of a chest and let loose every plague which since has tormented the world. In our day and age, has Jenny opened a door to the same disaster? Since from outer space, ruthless enemies have broken through to take possession of her mind? I'll return shortly with the exciting Act 3. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly.
Dapper?
Now let's see just where we are. The enemies of Earth have turned to a giant computer whose deadly photoelectric phaser beam will control a human brain if they can plant it there. A radiation screen protects all those in the Nemo complex. But headstrong Jenny has carelessly failed to turn her radiation shield on, and so the enemy from outer space has captured her mind. But not before Jenny has inadvertently set off Earth's full alarm system.
All right, guard. Double cover on all entrances. Special detail follow me to control. And, Jenny, what are you doing here?
I was just looking to see if... Who are you? don't understand.
You will. Listen to me and do as I say.
Jenny, how did you get as far as the command post?
Daddy was asleep, so I wanted to explore. Can't we stop all the noise?
No, it isn't just noise. It's... Oh, here comes the general.
What is it, JJ? What's going on?
It looks like a false alarm, sir.
You sure?
Security flights are all in the air. All scanners have been checked. Satellites have picked up no threat of attack.
So, what set off the alert?
Unauthorized personnel in critical area, General. Jenny, I'm afraid she tripped the switches. I warned her about keeping her radar screen turned on, but she got into the Magna projector area without full electronic clearance.
Any damage to the systems?
Well, I don't think so, General.
Then scrub the alert. Immediate.
Yes, sir. This is command control to all units. We have had a false alert. I repeat, a false alert.
Come on, Jenny. We're going back home. Jenny, I can't tell you how furious I am at you. Now, I want you to sit right there while I make some staff calls. Whatever possessed you... Well, we'll talk later.
Whatever possessed you, but you know what did, don't you?
I don't know who you are.
All you have to know is to do what I tell you to do.
What is it you want?
When the time is ripe, we will tell you.
All right, now, Jenny, let's you and me have a little talk.
There's nothing to talk about. I was just curious and lonely.
Wait a minute. Let me put the artillery away so I can sit with you more comfortably. Guns. The price I pay because they had to make me a general. I hate them. I'm a scientist.
Then why don't you just turn your back on it?
Because if I did, it'd be turning my back on your mother. And you. And the rest of the human race.
You know something, Daddy? I think ever since Mom died, you've been kind of off the tracks. Why don't you quit all this? Turn off your old secret machine or whatever it is, and you and me could go bicycling or jogging or play tennis, just like we used to when Mom was alive.
Jenny, I can't.
I'm asking you to put me first, just for once.
Be a traitor to my country? To my world? Would you ask me to do that?
Well, why not? If you really love me.
Jenny.
Oh, Daddy, I didn't mean any of it. I know you love me. That wasn't me speaking. That was...
Jenny, what is it? Jenny?
What happened, Alex?
Slight mishap, Collier. I had to put the little earthling to sleep for a while.
Why?
She is not so deeply programmed as I had thought. She will have to be monitored constantly.
We must move. They're dying. We must risk everything in one last attack. Program her to do what has to be done.
Jenny.
Very well. Now you must listen.
Yes.
You will come out of your trance. You will tell them that you did not sleep last night, that you were just tired and fainted from exhaustion. You will say you must sleep.
Yes. Sleep. Sleep.
When I need you, I will enter your mind again, and
she coming out of it, Doctor?
Yes, Jenny. Jenny, can you hear me?
I hear you. Who are you?
I'm a doctor, Jenny.
Oh, what happened?
It's all right, Jenny. You just fainted.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy.
Oh, I don't care about that. How do you feel?
So tired. I didn't sleep at all last night. I'm just pooped, I guess.
Doctor, do you think that's all it is?
I don't see any evidence of physical symptoms to worry about, but I think she ought to have a sedative. I'll dig something out of the bag and bring it in.
Thank you. Okay, Jenny. Want me to carry you, or do you want to walk?
Oh, no, I'd rather walk. As long as I have your arm to lean on.
Dr. Samish,
Yes, Sergeant?
you're holding something back. You don't think it was just fatigue.
What I think, Sergeant Brown, is that the child is out of my area. That child wasn't suffering from plain fatigue. The pupils of her eyes told me that, and her muscles before she woke up, rigid as boards. That was a catatonic trance.
I agree. Almost as though she'd been hypnotized.
Or possessed by some private demons.
Wake up, Jenny. Wake up.
Who is it?
The one who controls your mind. Get dressed. Time to go
Where?
to the Magna Projector.
The what?
The machine that stands between your father and you.
What are we going to do?
You, Jenny, you are going to stop it. Then it will be destroyed. And you can have your father to yourself again.
He does love me. Trish says he does love me.
Hurry, Jenny. And when you are dressed, take this stun gun with you.
The stun gun?
It fires electric darts that stun but do not kill. You will see. And your father's revolver from the drawer.
Why?
No more questions. Do as you are told.
Command post to control room. Lieutenant Holman here. 24 hours check. Roger. No, all clear, yeah. No, we changed combinations on all locks. Synchronized watches coming up 23:59 right now. You read me. Good. Change in 1 minute, Roger. Oh, Jenny, what do you want here?
Don't change the lock combination.
Are you kidding? I'd have my head handed to me if I didn't.
Stop.
Fire the stun gun.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, hurry. Hurry. Now, Jenny, go to the Magna Projector.
Jenny, what are you doing here?
I'm going through that door behind you.
What's the matter with you? Jenny, you're not yourself.
You can't stop me.
Of course I can.
Oh, no. I didn't mean...
Little fool. You can't stop. Quick, while you can still open the door.
Jenny, what happened to JJ? Huh? And Trish?
Keep away from me, Daddy.
Not the stun gun. It's empty. Use the real gun.
That's my gun. What are you doing with it, Jenny?
If you come any closer, I'll shoot.
You wouldn't kill me.
Don't make me.
What are you going to do?
Shut off that thing in there. The Magno Projector machine.
I can't let you do that.
Don't make me have to shoot you, Daddy, please.
I'll just have to take my chances on that for all our sakes.
No, stay back.
You can't go in there anyway. You're not authorized. You'll set off the alarm again.
Not if I switch on my radiation unit.
No, you little fool. You can't.
Oh, Daddy. Daddy. Oh, what am I doing here? What am I doing with this gun?
Give it to me. All right, that's better. I just hope there is some explanation.
I think maybe, General, I can give you that.
Okay, Trish. From what Jenny has been able to tell me and from what you've guessed, I'm ready to go all the way down the line with both of you. So I'm going to turn off the Magna projector.
Dare we risk it?
To free us from fear, to end this threat hanging over the world, we have to.
Our last protection against them.
Let them start through the belt, as they're doing this minute. Then, when they're inside it, we'll have them trapped and we turn the radiation back on again and destroy them.
Did that really work, Daddy?
I believe so.
After all these years, free.
No, we'd have to keep working at it. Freedom isn't bought. It has to be fought for. Let's flip that switch and buy the future.
Horde space fleet carrying the deadly virus germs had penetrated deep into the radiation band. When the Magna projector was turned on again, all of them were fragmented to dust, ending the whole threat of the other world from outer space forever. I'll be back shortly.
3-4.
Well, as I said in the beginning, it was a let's suppose story. But between you and me, forgetting the old folks who were like the doobie bird, mightn't it just have happened? What's a doobie bird? Oh, that's a bird who flies backwards because he doesn't care where he's going. He just wants to see where he's been. Cast included Jada Rowland, Russell Horton, E.V. Juster, and Robert Dryden. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is Tom Bosley inviting you to return to the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater for another exciting tale you can hear through the magic of radio. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater is recommended by NEA, the National Education Association. Radio Adventure Theater. Welcome to the magic world of radio. I'm Tom Bosley, and today I'd like to introduce you to an old friend whom I first met when I was just about your age. His name is Aladdin. One day, he found a wonderful lamp in which there lived a genie. Now, in those days, long ago, people believed that the world was full of mighty spirits who could do the most fantastic things. They could change their shapes at will, and though they were as tall as mountains, they could still fit comfortably into an oil lamp. And they were called genies. Our adventure story, Aladdin and His Wonderful Lamp, was adapted from the Arabian Nights, especially for the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater, by Paul Tripp, and stars Roger Barron. I'll be back shortly with Act 1.
Please, delicious.
Our adventure takes place in China, the oldest civilized country in the world. It was born over 4,000 years ago and has given us some of the most wonderful things ever devised by man. Printing and paper were first invented by the Chinese, and they were the first people to use gunpowder, silk, and porcelain.
They also have a very interesting custom. When Chinese babies are born, they're immediately considered to be 1 year old. In a land where so many marvelous and interesting things have happened, it's not surprising that Aladdin should have had such a fantastic adventure with his wonderful lamp.
Is there any more rice, Mother? I'm still hungry.
Here, Aladdin. Finish my bowl.
Oh, no, Mother. You eat little enough as it is.
Oh, my son. How shall we live? This is the last of the rice. Our shop is open. There is merchandise on the shelves. But no one comes in to buy it. Oh, when your father was alive, the shop was always full of customers.
I'm sorry, Mother. I guess I wasn't cut out to be a merchant.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. You're young and inexperienced.
But I'm also strong. There's just one thing to do. Go out into the city and find work. Then at least we shall not starve.
Ah, there, Aladdin, my boy. Where are you off to?
Good day, Mr. Chen. I'm off to the marketplace to earn some money. Do you know of someone who would hire me? I'll do anything.
Well, let me think. Wait a moment. Of course. I was speaking to Manchu the magician yesterday. His assistant has run away. Not that I blame him. Manchu is not an easy man to work for.
I'll work for anyone, as long as he pays.
Then let me take you to meet him. Greetings, most honorable magician. Permit me to introduce my neighbor's son, Aladdin. I have brought him to replace your assistant.
Turn around, boy. Let me look at you.
I have no experience, sir.
Doesn't matter. I do all the work. You just hand me the tricks. Ah, yes, I think the young man will do. What is your name? Aladdin? Huh. You're hired.
There you are, Aladdin. Now be sure you do everything you're told to do.
And now, honorable magician, I am at your service. What do I do first?
First, you shall accompany me on a long walk to those mountains out there.
Mountains? Is that where you perform your magic?
Perhaps. Now hold your tongue and follow me.
We have searched on top of this mountain forever. What are we looking for?
A square, flat stone with a brass ring in the middle. Now look sharp. The clouds are thick up here.
Oh!
That's it. My boy, your feet see better than your eyes. You tripped over it. Now, give me a hand with this brass ring that we may raise the stone. All right, heave now. Heave harder.
Oh, but there's only a hole here. Is this what you were looking for?
Yes. You see, at the bottom of this hole lies a great treasure. You will climb down through this opening and bring it up to me. Here. Now, I will tie this rope around you and lower you to the bottom. Quickly now.
All right, but be careful you don't let me fall. I've reached bottom. Slack the rope and I'll look around.
What have you found?
Nothing. There's no treasure down here.
A lamp. Have you found a lamp?
Well, yes. A grimy old oil lamp. But I don't call that a treasure.
Never mind that. Just tie the rope to the lamp and I'll pull it up.
But what about me?
I'll pull you up next.
But why not both of us at the same time?
Do as I say, boy. The lamp. First the lamp.
No! You're trying to trick me. You said there was a treasure down here. You were lying. Pull me up as well, or you'll not have the lamp.
And by the celestial gods, you shall stay down there forever. Farewell, Aladdin.
Help! Help! I'll never live to get out of this place. I don't understand. Why was Manchu so anxious to have this lamp? It's covered with thick grime. Could it be gold underneath? Let me rub some of this away.
You called, master? What is thy will? Command me, and it shall be done.
Where did you come from?
From the lamp, of course. Do not be afraid. Have you never met a magic genie before?
No. But, I'll get used to it. Did you say I could command you?
I am thy slave. What is thy wish?
Get me out of this place and take me home.
I hear and I obey.
There you are, Aladdin. Where have you been? I've been so worried. Did you earn any money?
No, Mother. Just this lamp. I'm sorry. I wish it were more.
Oh, well, never mind. You tried. I'll clean and polish the lamp. Perhaps we can sell it for some food.
No, Mother. Wait.
Did you forget something, Master? I was just falling off to sleep.
It was an accident.
Now, what is your wish?
Well, as long as you're here, could you bring us something to eat? My mother and I are very hungry.
What is all that food doing on the table?
The magic genie brought it. He lives in this lamp. When you rubbed it, he came forth.
Never have I seen such delicious food. Fit for... They're all solid gold. We will sell those and have enough to live on.
Hear ye! The Emperor hereby commands that all citizens turn their backs, that they may not see his daughter, the princess, pass by. Anybody caught looking at the princess will be punished without mercy.
Aladdin, come away from that window. If you're caught, you will be killed.
Don't worry, Mother. Nobody can see me. But I want to see the princess. I've heard she's very beautiful.
What is it, Aladdin? Have they seen you?
No, Mother. But I have seen the princess. Oh, she is the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. And I'm going to marry her.
Oh, my poor boy. You must have a fever.
I'm serious, Mother. I shall ask the genie to help me. He can do anything. He told me so.
Very well.
Come forth, genie.
Is a genie never to sleep? What is thy command, Master?
I love the Emperor's daughter, and I wish to marry her. Will you help me?
But what can I do? In all my 1,000 years, I have never been asked about love. But it is rather an interesting problem.
You see, Aladdin, not even a genie can help you.
Be silent, woman. I'm thinking. I have it. Here. I place in your hands a basket full of emeralds and diamonds and rubies and pearls. Take them now to the Emperor and tell him your son Aladdin wishes to marry his daughter.
Let all those who wish to address His Imperial Majesty approach.
Oh, mighty Emperor, I ask a favor.
What is the favor, my good woman?
That you do not have me punished when I say what I have to say.
Such a little favor. Very well. It is granted. What have you to say to me?
My son, Aladdin, wishes to marry your daughter.
What? Be silent, Prime Minister. Continue. O mother of a son who wishes to marry my daughter.
And as a token of his love for your daughter, my son Aladdin wishes you to have these jewels.
The beard of Confucius. These jewels are brighter than the sun. Your son values my daughter very much.
He loves her very much, O mighty one.
How can I refuse such a loving heart? Tell your son, my good woman, to come to the palace 3 months from today, and he shall marry my daughter.
I go. May you be blessed forever.
Well, forgive me, O majestic one, but did you not promise that my son would marry the princess?
And so he shall. 3 months from today.
Well, then, why?
Behold these glorious jewels that the woman gave me, and in return have I not given her 3 months of happiness until the day she returns to find out that I have changed my mind?
Oh, wisest of all kings on earth, I am speechless with admiration.
Oh, Mother, this is the happiest day of my life. The 3 months of waiting have gone by like 3 minutes. How do I look?
Oh, like a happy bridegroom, my son. Oh, I do so hope the princess will not notice the new patches on your clothes.
Have you heard the news? The princess is being married today.
I know, Mr. Chen. I'm the bridegroom.
You? Oh, you are a great joker, Aladdin. The princess is marrying the prime minister's son, and I've been invited to watch. I must hurry now, or I shall be late.
Oh, no.
But the emperor promised you, my son. I heard him with my own ears.
I won't have it. Even an emperor must keep his word. I'll make him keep his word.
Aladdin, what are you doing?
Calling forth the genie. He'll know what to do.
Well, Aladdin, how did the wedding go?
It didn't. The emperor broke his promise. In a few minutes, he's marrying the princess to the prime minister's son.
What? Does the emperor think he is mightier than a genie? We must stop the wedding.
Now, you'd think a man as wise and mighty as an emperor would never stoop to play such a dirty trick. Well, perhaps he needs to be taught a lesson. It's never too late to learn. Now, we don't know what the genie's planning, but one thing is certain. We'll meet you at the wedding in a few moments with Act 2, no matter who the bridegroom is.
On a love...
The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly. Come to think of it, maybe we've all been barking up the wrong tree. Aladdin was so sure he'd marry the princess, he convinced us as well. But let's face it, although the old saying goes, a cat can look at a king, nobody ever said anything about a pauper marrying a princess. But then, nobody ever said anything about a genie planning a wedding either.
It's all settled. There will be no wedding.
Listen. The music has stopped.
Of course. Can't have a wedding without a bridegroom, can we?
What's happened to the prime minister's son?
He seems to have vanished in a puff of smoke. Go now at once, O mother of Aladdin, to the palace, and tell the emperor he must marry the princess to your son, as he promised.
Come near, mother of Aladdin, and speak.
Oh, mighty one, 3 months ago, you promised my son would marry the princess on this very day.
I did.
What kind of an emperor breaks a promise?
You are right. I did promise. An emperor must always keep his word. However, there is one simple request I must now make. Before the wedding, your son must first send me 40 chests filled to the brim with jewels and carried by 40 slaves. Let him do so, and he shall be married.
But that is impossible.
Oh, well, that is your problem, my good woman. Meanwhile, we shall resume the festivities and await the coming of your son and his 40 chests of jewels.
Listen, Genie. The music has started again.
Oh, that treacherous emperor. Aladdin. He wishes you to deliver 40 slaves carrying 40 chests of jewels.
Oh.
A simple request, he calls it.
Then so it is. Both of you go back to the palace. The slaves and their jewels will be there for you. Wait. You can't go dressed like that.
Mother, look at me.
Oh, my son. Now you look like a prince. But what about me, Genie? Am I to go in rags?
No, very well.
What a beautiful robe.
Now go. And Aladdin, take the lamp with you. Hide it under your robe. You may still need me.
Tell the Emperor that Aladdin, his son-in-law to be, has arrived with 40 slaves, bearing 40 chests of treasure.
Fantastic. I don't believe it. Such jewels. Prime Minister, have you ever seen such wealth before? Summon the princess. Come to my arms, Aladdin, my son. Let the marriage ceremony begin. My dear children, you must both stay here and live with me in the palace.
Forgive me, most royal father-in-law, but we shall live in a palace of our own. If you will excuse me for a moment, I shall withdraw behind that curtain and think of what kind of a palace it shall be. Come forth, Genie. Shh, Genie, must you always be so noisy every time you come out of the bottle?
I'm sorry, Master. How did it go?
Very well. Thank you very much. Now I have one more request.
I hear and I obey.
I want you to build us a palace. It must be of the finest marble, with floors made of purest gold, and...
Say no more. I know exactly what you have in mind. Is this what you mean?
Father, come to the window and see the palace Aladdin has built for me.
Do you like it, Mei Ling?
Like it. I adore it.
Magnificent, truly. Magnificent. It puts my own palace to shame. Oh, Aladdin, what a marvelous young man you are. Greetings, most honorable Manchu the magician. We have missed you. Where have you been for so long a time?
Persia, India, Africa, learning new feats of magic. Excuse me, Mr. Chen, but it is time to start my performance. Mr. Chen, who was that handsome general who just rode by at the head of his troops?
Have you forgotten so soon, Manchu? That was Aladdin, the young man you once hired as your assistant.
Aladdin? But I thought he was dead.
Dead? Whatever gave you such a ridiculous idea? After he met you, he married the emperor's daughter, built the most fantastic palace you have ever seen, and will rule over China when the present emperor is dead. Can you believe it? I don't know how he's done it.
I know.
You do?
Where did you say Aladdin's palace was?
Well, I didn't, but it's next to the emperor's.
Ah, yes, thank you. And now, if you will excuse me, I must leave. There will be no performance today. So, Aladdin did not die after all, and the wretch stole the lamp. How else could he have become so prosperous? But I shall have my revenge. I shall take the lamp from him and undo all his good fortune. I shall ruin him. But first, the lamp. I must have that lamp. New lamps for old, new lamps for old.
You there, peddler? Yes, you. Come into the palace. I would speak to you.
You called, most gracious lady? Oh, this is indeed a fabulous palace.
Yes, isn't it? My husband, Aladdin, built it for me.
And may I humbly inquire if your husband is at home with you?
Oh, no. He has gone off to war. But I did not ask you in to discuss my husband or my palace. Tell me, peddler, are you really giving away new lamps for old?
Oh, truly so, gracious lady.
Oh, but you cannot be serious.
Have you any old lamps, your royal highness? If so, I will take them and give you this bright, shining lamp in exchange.
Well, we do have one old lamp around here somewhere. Aladdin seems very fond of it, though I cannot guess why.
May I see it?
Well, it's on that table over there. You see? Is it not an ugly, grimy lamp?
Oh, yes, it is. Hardly fitting in such a splendid palace.
That is what I am always telling Aladdin, but he just laughs.
May I hold it?
Of course you may. Here.
At last.
But why are you polishing the lamp? It is not gold, I assure you.
What is thy wish, master? But you are not Aladdin.
No, I am not Aladdin. I am Manchu the magician and your new master.
I do not understand. What is happening?
What have you done to Aladdin? He was a good master.
Genie, you are now my slave. You are sworn to obey the owner of this lamp, and the lamp is now mine.
Do not listen to him, Genie.
Alas, I must. He speaks the truth. He is the master, and I am his slave, and I must obey him. What is thy wish, master?
That you carry this palace, the princess and myself, to the most faraway place where no one will think to look for us.
And where would that be, master?
Insolent slave, you know as well as I do. To the Gobi Desert in Mongolia.
Oh, please, take the palace if you must, but leave me here.
She comes with us, Genie. Do as I command.
Very well, master. I hear and I obey. I'm sorry, princess.
Your Majesty, a great and terrible misfortune has befallen us.
What misfortune, Prime Minister? Has Aladdin's army lost the battle?
No, he has not yet returned. But look through that window. The palace is gone.
Gone? And the princess, my daughter?
Gone as well.
Oh, woe is me. What evil power has done this?
Aladdin, Your Majesty. He has brought this evil upon us. Aladdin is an evil magician who fooled us all to win the hand of your daughter.
But what's to be done?
When Aladdin returns from battle, he must be forced to return your daughter, and then he must die.
Great news, Your Majesty. We have beaten the enemy. But why do you look so stern, my dear father-in-law? Is this not a time for rejoicing?
Where is my daughter, Aladdin?
Why, in the palace, I suppose.
And where is the palace?
Why, it's out there. You can see it from this window. Well, it's gone.
Yes, evil magician. It is gone. You have stolen the palace and the princess.
Oh, but this is nonsense. I am no magician.
Then how have you, who once were so poor, won your way into our hearts?
Oh, that. Well, it's very simple. I found a lamp in which a genie lived. It was he who helped me with this magic.
Show me the lamp, and I will believe you.
Alas, I cannot. It was in the palace with the princess, my wife. Now, if they are gone, the lamp is gone as well.
And you cannot return my daughter to me?
Without the lamp, I can do nothing.
Then you must be made to suffer. Send for the executioner and his sword. On your knees, Aladdin, and bow your head, for the end of your life has come.
And just when things were going so well for Aladdin, to make things worse, the lamp is gone. And without the lamp and the genie, Aladdin is right back where he started. Just a poor young man wondering what's going to happen next. We'll rejoin you shortly with Act 3. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly. Do you believe in miracles? Sometimes it's pretty hard to, isn't it? It took us and Aladdin quite a time to get used to the magic genie. And he was a miracle if ever I saw one. Aladdin certainly needs a miracle now. But from where will it come? The genie is fast asleep in his lamp far away in the Gobi Desert. Aladdin's on his own now.
Is the executioner ready?
He is ready.
Your Majesty, before I die, let me speak but once more.
Speak, but be brief.
The Prime Minister has called me an evil magician. In your heart, you must know he lies. In his bitterness, because the princess married me instead of his son, he now wants to destroy me.
Do not listen to him, Majesty. Let the executioner strike now. I pray you, before it is too late.
Is this disturbance outside my palace?
Your Majesty, your army is in revolt. They say that if Aladdin dies, they will tear the palace down.
So, Aladdin, not only have you stolen my daughter, but you have also turned my army against me.
It is more of his evil magic.
No, it is not evil magic. It is their love for me, the general who has led them from one victory to another.
Lies! Let the executioner strike! They're breaking into the palace. Flee for your life, my emperor!
Peace! Let there be peace in this palace. Soldiers of my army, your emperor speaks. Let there be peace. I will spare Aladdin's life if he restores my daughter to me within 30 days. Your emperor has spoken. You have heard my words, Aladdin.
I have heard, and I am grateful, O merciful one.
Then go forth and seek my daughter.
Do not trust him, Majesty. He will go and never return.
Then shall his mother meet the executioner in his stead. So, go, Aladdin, and make haste. I shall not be merciful again.
Mother, we must speak quickly, for I have no time.
Oh, Aladdin, the Emperor has spared your life. I had already begun to mourn you. But why should he wish to kill you?
Because while I was away, fighting the enemy, someone came and stole the princess and the palace.
Then call forth the genie. He will help you.
Oh, no, Mother. The lamp is gone as well.
Oh, then all is lost. Oh, go, my son. Flee to another country and do not return.
Oh, if I do not return within 30 days, the Emperor will have you executed instead.
How could anybody steal such a bright and shining palace? And in broad daylight?
It was stolen last night when the city was asleep.
Last night? Wait. I have a thought. Last night, I could not sleep. I went to the window to get a breath of air. Suddenly, I saw a star shoot across the sky. The greatest, most radiant shooting star I have ever seen. It turned night into day.
Mother, that was no shooting star. That was the palace being carried off by the genie to some faraway place.
What?
Quick, which way did it go?
It went in that direction, I think.
Let me see. That would be a westward direction toward the north. Now, what place lies northwest of here? I must think. Why, of course, the Gobi Desert, where there is nothing but emptiness and sand. No one would think to look for a palace there.
I pray you, magician, take me back to my husband and my father.
Oh, stop your weeping, princess. Tomorrow you and I shall be married and live happily ever after.
Never. I am married to Aladdin.
But have you not heard? There is no Aladdin. Your husband is dead, princess.
I don't believe it. I won't listen to you.
Believe or don't believe. Tomorrow you shall be my wife.
No.
Suddenly, I feel very sleepy. I think the wine was too strong. Yes, I shall sleep now. Yes, I shall sleep.
Who is that in this empty desert?
Mei-Ling, open the window and let me in.
Aladdin.
Where is he? Where is the man who stole you away from me?
There.
Manchu the magician, I might have guessed.
You know him?
A long time ago, he left me in a deep hole to die. Quickly now, before he wakes, where is the lamp?
In his robe. He never lets it out of his sight.
Not a sound now. I must have that lamp, or we are lost.
What? Who is it? Who is it? Aladdin. My lamp. Where is my lamp?
In the hands of its rightful owner, villain.
Give me back that lamp.
Aladdin, how did you get here? Oh, how glad I am to see you. Command me, O worthy master, and I shall obey gladly.
Quickly, then. Carry this palace back to where it once stood, and take me and my princess also.
And what shall I do with this worthless magician? Squash him beneath my fingers?
No. No, we shall leave him here in the desert to wander for the rest of his days.
Great news, O noble emperor. The missing palace has been returned.
And my daughter, where is she?
Father, I am safe, thanks to Aladdin.
Oh, my dearest daughter, I have given you up for lost.
Hail, O mighty emperor, my loving father-in-law. Your daughter is safe in your arms. Have I not kept my word?
Oh, my most noble Aladdin, how can you ever forgive me for doubting you?
There is nothing to be forgiven, O majestic one.
You shall serve me as my prime minister. You are a true and faithful man.
Greetings, most holy woman.
You are most kind to receive me in your palace, O beautiful princess. Is your husband Aladdin at home at this moment?
No, he has gone hunting. But he should be here any moment.
I shall be honored to meet him when he returns. Oh, what a beautiful palace he has built for you. Yet one thing is still lacking.
Lacking? But this palace is perfect.
It would be but for one thing.
And what is that?
The lights that hang on the ceiling above us are too dim for such a splendid palace. If the sun hung there, this palace would then indeed be perfect.
What a marvelous idea. But how could that be done?
I have heard that your husband has a wonderful lamp that can do anything. Bring it forth and command it to hang the sun from the ceiling before your husband returns.
But I do not know where the lamp is. Aladdin keeps it hidden.
Oh, I'm sorry. It would have been such a wonderful surprise.
Welcome back, Aladdin. Oh, I have had the most wonderful idea while you were gone.
Aren't you going to ask me how my hunting went first?
Oh, later. First, bring forth the lamp.
But why?
I wish you to ask the genie to do something wonderful for us.
Well, I don't understand, but I can refuse you nothing, Mei Ling. Very well, then. Here is the lamp.
Oh, that is where you keep it hidden. Now, quickly, rub the lamp.
Very well.
What is thy wish, master?
Let the princess tell you. Tell him, Mei Ling.
Genie, I command you to take the sun from the heavens and have it hang from this ceiling instead of those dismal lights.
What? Oh, wretched children. Have I not done enough for you? Such a command is unnatural and dangerous. If the sun hung from this ceiling, the palace would be in ashes in an instant. What evil person has suggested such a request?
It was Fatima, the holy woman.
She is no more Fatima, the holy woman, than I am. You foolish girl. Did you not recognize Manchu the magician in disguise?
Where is he, Mei Ling? Where is he?
In the other room.
Too late. He has already escaped.
Oh, no, he hasn't. Oh, guards! Catch that man running from the palace. The man dressed in woman's clothing.
Let me go! I'm a poor innocent woman! Let me go!
He is taken, most noble lord. Throw him into the deepest dungeon you can find. Put 20 strong locks on the door, and then throw away the keys. We are rid of him forever.
But what if he should escape and steal the lamp again?
He may escape, but he shall never
have the lamp again. Worthy genie, I have been thinking. I have all the good fortune and wealth any man could desire, thanks to you. Therefore, I command you to take this lamp and hide it in a place that no man can ever find.
But if no man ever finds this lamp again, then who will ever command me again?
No one. I give you your freedom. Henceforth, you shall sleep in your lamp to your heart's content for as long as you wish. This is my last command to you. Now, do as I say.
I hear and I obey.
And thank you very much, Genie.
You are most welcome,
Though he lived many, many years ago, Aladdin had a very modern mind. Today, so many people claim to have seen UFOs, unidentified flying objects, which supposedly come from other planets in outer space. Aladdin is the only man I know who ever identified such a flying object correctly when he realized the shooting star his mother had seen was actually the stolen palace. I'll be back shortly. You may not have realized it, but there are genies in the world today, but we call them by different names. Electricity is the genie who lives in a light bulb and lights up the world at night. Steam, that's the genie which has run factories and driven locomotives for many years. Nuclear energy is a genie whose power is far greater than Aladdin's. And there's another genie who's carrying my voice to you at this very moment. The genie we call radio. Our cast included Roger Barron, E.V. Juster, Robert Dryden, Norman Rose, and Roger DeKoven. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is Tom Bosley inviting you to return to the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater for another exciting tale you can hear through the magic of radio. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater is recommended by NEA, the National Education Association. Radio Adventure Theater. Welcome. I'm Tom Bosley, bringing you the world of your imagination. A world as vast as the universe, which happens through the magic of radio. All you need do is listen. And we'll take you back to the beginning of time, or forward to tomorrow still undreamed of, to places familiar and places no man has ever visited. Come with me to the 15th century during the War of the Roses, one of the most turbulent times in England's history, when the houses of York and Lancaster were locked in a deadly struggle for power.
I will show you the way, my lord, and I have more men waiting outside the town who will join us.
What men?
Some 200 archers who call themselves the Fellowship of the Black Arrow.
You keep strange company, Dick Shelton. But if their arrows fly true and for our side, they shall no longer be outside the law. Come, mount again, and let us ride.
Our story, The Black Arrow, was adapted from the novel by Robert Louis Stevenson, especially for the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater by Robert Newman. I'll be back shortly with Act One.
Welcome.
It's afternoon on a midsummer day, and two horsemen are riding from the moat house at Tunstall across the fields. One of them is a hard-bitten, middle-aged man with a steel cap on his head and a sword at his side. He is Bennett Hatch, bailiff of Tunstall. The other is young, wearing a deerskin jerkin and with a crossbow slung across his back. He is Richard Shelton, ward of Sir Daniel Brackley, Lord of Tunstall.
I I like it not that I must stay when so many others are going.
Sir Daniel wants it so.
But why? I am as good a man with a sword as any.
As good or better, but still you will stay.
And you will go.
Aye, and in time, you will go too. Well, here's Nick's house. But where is he?
There, in the field.
Aye, so he is. One of the best archers in the Shire tending cabbages. Well, we'll change all that. Appleyard! Nick Appleyard!
Well, Master Hatch and Master Dick, what do you do here?
We're here to fetch you. Sir Daniel orders you to come to the castle and take command there.
I take command? Where do you go, Master Hatch?
To Ketley. There's to be a battle, and Sir Daniel will join it as soon as I bring him more men.
Rather battle, eh? And whose side will he be fighting on this time?
Watch your tongue, Appleyard.
Well, what have I said amiss? All the world knows that one day he fights for York and the next for Lancaster. And each time he changes sides, he ends up with more gold in his purse.
I told you to watch your tongue. Are you coming, Nick?
Aye. My arms are in the house. Let me get to it, I'll come.
Well, hurry.
Aye. We mustn't keep Sir Daniel waiting.
An arrow! Nick! Are you hurt, man?
Hurt? I'm sped. Whence came the arrow?
From the wood there.
A long bow shot. He was a good archer who loosed it. Pull it out.
Oh, no, Nick. If we do...
I say pull it out. Let me see it. A black arrow. And there's writing on it. What does it say, Master Dick?
Appleyard from John Amendall.
John Amendall. I know him not. But you'll be next, Bennett. Mark my word.
Nick!
No use. He's dead. Quick, on your horse and let's away.
But we can't leave him here like this.
Better that than stay and take another arrow in our backs.
Where is Nick Appleyard?
Dead, Sir Oliver.
What? How?
Of an arrow in the back. A black arrow.
Saints defend us. You saw the arrow?
Saw it and read the message on it. Appleyard from John Amendall, it said.
John Amendall? Who can he be? Appleyard had enemies, but...
What say you to Ellis Duckworth?
Duckworth? No. No one has seen or heard from him in many years.
Who is this Ellis Duckworth?
A yeoman who fell afoul of Sir Daniel some years back. When Sir Daniel went to take his land, he fought us, so we burned his house, and Sir Daniel had him declared an outlaw.
Duckworth? It might be. But if it is he...
Heaven save us, what's that?
Another arrow. There, in the chapel door.
Is it black, too?
Aye, and there's a message wrapped around it.
Read it, Dick. What does it say?
I had 4 black arrows under my belt. 4 for the griefs that I have felt. One is gone, it was well sped. Old Appleyard is dead. One is for Master Bennet Hatch, who burned Grimstone, wall and thatch. One is for Sir Oliver Oates, who helped cut Sir Harry Shelton's throat. Sir Daniel, you shall have the last, to pay for what you brought to pass.
Grimstone. That was Ellis Duckworth's home. And it is he. Why, look you that way, Dick.
It says, Sir Oliver, you helped cut my father's throat.
Oh, you believe the scribbling of a murderous outlaw? I swear to you I had naught to do with it.
This is not a time for accusations. With Nick Appleyard's death, we must change our plans. I cannot leave the castle now. Master Dick, you must take the men we've gathered to Sir Daniel.
I?
You wanted fighting. Well, you shall have it.
I must write a note to Sir Daniel. You shall take him that and a message on the black arrow.
Be quick, Sir Oliver.
I will.
Now listen, Master Dick. I would give you counsel. Sir Daniel may be your guardian, but keep a sharp eye on him. And put not your trust in Sir Oliver either.
But why? Did he not just swear?
I have heard him swear before. Ask no more questions, but do as I say.
Is that you, Dick?
Aye, Sir Daniel.
What do you here?
Where's Bennet Hatch?
At the castle. He bade me bring you the men you called for, and Sir Oliver gave me a note, which will explain all.
Give it to me.
I gave him the note and the message that came with the Black Arrow. As he read them, I looked around. Lying in the corner was a lad I did not know. He seemed a year or so younger than I was, smaller and slighter, and with a very white face. He was well enough dressed, no farmer, and he stared at me with frightened eyes.
Read you this poem, Dick?
I did.
And what think you of it?
I know not. Sir Oliver swore it was a lie.
It is. A most foul lie.
Where did my father die?
Not in the castle. In the woods some distance off.
How did he die?
He was stabbed. Why do you ask?
Because in all these years you have told me nothing of the manner of my father's death.
Nor is this the time to rehearse the whole matter. He was my friend. That was why I took you in and raised you as my own son.
And also took my family's land.
To keep for you till you shall be of age. Do you doubt that they shall be returned to you?
No, Sir Daniel.
Good. Now you shall go back to the castle with a note to Sir Oliver from me.
Yes, Sir Daniel.
Make no sign. I beseech you. But out of charity, tell me the straight way to Anniston Abbey.
But why should I do that?
Because I am in great danger.
Take the path by the windmill. It will bring you to the ferry. Then ask again.
Oh, thank you. And bless you.
It was the boy I'd noticed before. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him sneak out of the inn. I wondered who he was and what peril he was in. Then the door opened, and there was Sir Daniel again.
Here is the note. Give it only to Sir Oliver.
I will.
I'll see you on your way. Wait. What's happened to the boy?
Boy, sir?
He was there in the corner. Innkeeper! Innkeeper, where is the boy that was with me?
I mounted quickly and rode off. I had not known the boy was supposed to stay with Sir Daniel, and had no wish to tell him that I'd helped the lad to escape. I rode east through the marshes, keeping a sharp lookout for the boy, but I caught no sight of him until I reached the ferry.
Why have you come after me? Are you going to take me back?
I did not come after you. I go to Tunstall, and this is my road, too. But who are you?
My name is John Matcham. And you?
Dick Shelton. I have lived with Sir Daniel since my father's death. But what is this danger in which you find yourself?
I fear to tell you.
Why?
Because it is from Sir Daniel that I flee.
So much I guessed, but why? How has he harmed you?
How has he not? I am an orphan, too, and he took me by force from my own place and kept me with him.
Then why are you still here? Why did you not cross the river?
Because the ferry is on the other side, and there is no sign of the ferryman.
Well, if there is no ferry, then we must swim.
Oh, the river is wide and swift. But if we must, so be it.
We put our horses into the river and swam them over. But as we dismounted to climb the bank on the far side, disaster struck. My horse, frightened by the swim, pulled free and galloped off, and John's followed.
Oh, what shall we do now?
We still have our legs.
Oh, go through the woods on foot? What if we meet wolves or outlaws?
I fear not wolves. I have my crossbow. As for outlaws, we must be wary.
Oh, you are brave, Dick. Braver than I am. I do not know why you are helping me, but I'll never forget it.
We set off through the forest, John walking beside me, and my heart warmed to him. Night found us still far from the castle or the abbey, and we slept in the wood. In the morning we went on again, but we had not gone far when...
Oh, do you hear that?
It may be a woodcutter. Hold my crossbow while I go see. Peering through the underbrush, I saw 200 sturdy men, clad in green, sitting around a fire in a clearing.
Who are they?
If I mistake not, outlaws, the fellowship of the Black Arrow. And if they are, that tall one with the beard is Ellis Duckworth, who calls himself John Amendall.
What shall we do?
Go back and away as quickly as we can. Wait, someone's coming.
What news, Roger?
Party of men-at-arms have crossed the river and are coming up the road.
Sir Daniel's men?
They wear his colors.
Now I shall have my revenge for myself and for my friend Sir Harry Shelton. To your places.
Revenge for Sir Harry Shelton? Was he not your father?
Yes, my father. Give me back my crossbow and let us go quickly.
Where?
Why, to warn Sir Daniel. They mean to ambush him.
Oh, no. Do not move. I am not skilled with a crossbow, but at this distance, I could not miss you.
You'd shoot me?
If I must, to keep you here. Sir Daniel is my enemy, and I suspect yours too.
He swore he did not kill my father.
And lied. I'm sure he lied.
You're sure? What know you of such things? Give me my crossbow.
No.
Then I'll take it. So, and if I had the time, I'd beat you soundly. I gave you hell. And this... I'm too late. They have attacked. I must return.
Return where?
The castle. The next attack will come there. Why do you follow me? The abbey lies that way.
I am afraid to go alone. May I come with you?
If you will.
I meant well, Dick. I hated Sir Daniel, but I also feared for you.
We ran through the forest toward the moat house. It was a long way, and when we got there, the drawbridge was up. I called and waved, and it came rattling. Was Sir Daniel. Sir Daniel! I thought you were dead.
Why should I be dead?
Ellis Duckworth and his men were waiting in ambush on the road.
I thought as much. That's why I sent my men that way and went another in disguise.
You let them be killed? Your own men?
Who were they for the most part? Farmers. I am here and safe. Naught else matters. Raise the drawbridge, man the walls, and prepare for an attack.
So, young John, who fled from Sir Daniel, is in his power again. And Dick is back in the moat house. But is he safe? For Sir Daniel must know that Dick is now suspicious about his father's death. And Sir Daniel is completely ruthless when he feels threatened, as we know already. And we'll see again when we return shortly with Act 2. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly.
Yeah.
Let us return now to that dark time when England was torn by the struggle for power between the houses of York and Lancaster, the time of the War of the Roses. It is the next morning. Coming down into the courtyard, Dick finds Sir Daniel looking even more grim than he did the night before.
So, you're up, Dick.
Are things as bad as they seem?
They could not be worse. We are besieged.
I will take my place when I have said a few words to young John.
Young John? Who is young John?
What? John Macham, the lad I brought here with me yesterday.
There is no such person here.
What? But he came here with me. You called him my young friend. A slight and somewhat frightened boy.
I say he is not here.
But he could not have escaped. Duckworth's men surround us.
We're hard-pressed. Bennett Hatch lies in the chapel sorely wounded, and you must prattle of someone you will never see again. Sir Oliver, where are you?
Here, in the gatehouse.
I must speak with you.
I stared after him. Here was another mystery. What had happened to the boy, John? There was someone who might be able to tell me. I slipped into the chapel, and there was Bennett Hatch lying on a pallet.
Master Dick, I'm dying.
Say not so, Bennett. You have been wounded before and lived to jest about it.
I will not jest this time.
What do you know of my father's death?
I know nothing.
Well, that cannot be. You have been sheriff to Sir Daniel for many years.
He was found in the forest with a stab wound in his chest.
But who could have killed him? Who and why?
I tell you, I know not. And even if I did...
What is it you do not know, Bennett?
I was asking about my father's death.
Your father again. Must you plague a dying man? And do you still suspect me of having had some hand in it, when I've already sworn that I had naught to do with it?
I ask your pardon.
I forgive you. To make amends for my harsh words, you shall have a new room.
There's nothing wrong with my old one.
It served you when you were a boy. Now you shall have one that is more fitting. The large one, over the chapel.
When night came, I went to the room over the chapel as Sir Daniel had insisted. There was the rub. Why had he insisted on it? I bolted the door, stretched out on the floor behind it, and waited. Close on midnight, I heard the sound I had been waiting for. Soft footsteps outside. I drew my sword.
Dick, are you in there?
John?
Yes. Let me in.
It is you. What do you hear?
I came to warn you. Quick, close and bolt the door again.
As quickly as I can. You've been here all this time? Where?
Locked in the topmost tower room. I hid the knife when they gave me supper, and since then I have pried at the lock and only just opened it.
John, I have been deeply afraid for you. For when I spoke of you to Sir Daniel, he denied there was a John Macham.
For once, he may not have lied.
What? But you are here, standing next to me. This is your arm, not a strong one, it is true, but if you are the bravest soul in England, I am the dullest and most blind. You are no lad.
I wondered how long it would take you to discover that.
I saw your clothes, your boy's clothes, and your short hair. Who are you?
Lady Joanna Sedley. I am an orphan, as I said, and I fear an heiress. I was passing through Ketley on my way to York when Sir Daniel captured me and kept me with him.
But why?
The Sedley holdings are large, and I believe he either means to marry me himself or marry me off to someone else.
Never.
Why should it matter to you?
I know little of women, but you are such a maid as I never thought could be. I know not if I will live through this night, but if I do, I swear I will love none but you till the day I die.
Shh. Do you hear that? Someone is coming.
I hear. But the steps are not outside in the corridor. They are there, behind the paneling.
How can that be?
A secret passage into this room. That is why Sir Daniel put me here, and that is how my father died.
Here?
It must be so. Sir Daniel had him sleep here, killed him here, and took him out through the passage, leaving his body in the wood.
And that is Sir Daniel coming now?
Sir Daniel or Sir Oliver, who is his accomplice. Whichever of them it may be, will not find me sleeping as my father was. Stand back and give me room.
Joanna! Joanna, where are you?
That is Sir Daniel now. He has been to the tower room and discovered I am gone.
Joanna! Dick, open the door.
What shall we do?
Shh, nothing. Answer not.
Dick, I know that Joanna's in there with you. Open the door. Break it down, men.
We are undone. Someone in the secret passage, and now Sir Daniel and his men at the door.
Whoever was in the passage must be gone. He knows he can no longer surprise me.
How can that help us?
We shall go out the passage. I saw a light through a crack near the bed. There must be a secret opening there. Yes, here is the crack, and...
Oh, you are right. But what of whoever was in the passage?
Gone. If not, he is only one man, and I fear him not. Come quickly. I led the way through the door, down a few steps, and then along a winding passage, feeling my way. Behind us, we heard the door of the room crash open, Sir Daniel shouting, then following footsteps. I came to another door, found the latch, and opened it.
Where are we?
In a room over the moat.
Then all was in vain. We are still lost.
Can you not swim?
No.
I will help you. We will leap from the window into the moat.
I cannot. It is too high, and the water is
So
deep.
you are caught. Hurt not the girl, men. She is a rare prize. But as for Master Dick...
You shall not take him.
Guard yourself. She has a knife. Why, you wild cat.
Dick, go, quickly. I cannot hold them long.
No.
You must. I pledged you my troth. And if you die...
I go then. But you and vengeance shall be mine. I climbed out of the moat and crawled into the woods. I knew there were outlaws all around me, but night was no time to approach them. So I waited till dawn, made myself known, and was taken to the tall man with the beard, whom I had seen in the forest.
Was it you who leapt into the moat last night?
It was.
Ah, that was bravely done. Who are you?
Dick Shelton.
Ah, do you know who I am?
I do. Ellis Duckworth, also known as John Amendall.
You hit the center of the mark. Dear lad, it lifts my heart to see you, for I loved your father. He was my friend, and I will be your friend as well.
I thank you, Ellis, for I have need of friends now. Last night he tried to kill me as he did my father, sending someone through a secret passage to the chamber where I slept.
Ah, so that was the way of it. I knew he was behind it, though I didn't know the manner of the deed. Well, we shall both have our revenge.
And I hope quickly. Will you assault the castle?
Nay, lad, I haven't the strength. But I can keep him besieged. Why does your face fall?
Because there is one in the castle who is very dear to me.
The boy who came there with you 2 days gone?
Aye, except it was not a boy. It was the lady, Joanna Sedley.
Ellis.
Aye, Roger. What news?
Ill news. A large company approaches up the road from Ketley.
Know you who they are?
Their colors are crimson and blue, and they carry a boar's head on their pennons.
Aha! That's Lord Risingham, a strong Lancastrian. Well, we've lost our chance.
He will lift your siege around the castle.
I cannot keep him from doing so. And then, if I mistake not, Sir Daniel and his men will go to Shoreby with him. For that is the chief Lancastrian stronghold.
Then I have lost Joanna.
Why do you say that?
Because he will take her with him.
Be not downhearted. We shall go there, too.
How can we do that?
We shall go in disguise, I and all my men.
The next few days were hard ones for me. Though I went about the town in disguise, I thought it best to keep away from Sir Daniel and let others keep watch on him for me. Thus, I could not even catch a glimpse of Joanna. Finally, our plans were ready. Sir Daniel had taken a house near the sea. It was well guarded, but each night he left it to consult with Risingham and other Lancastrian leaders. We would climb the walls, overpower the guards, and escape with Joanna.
This is the likeliest place. Who's to climb the wall?
I will. Once over it, I'll open that gate and let you all in.
Right. Let me give you a hand up.
Yeah.
Ellis, we are not alone here. There are a score of men on the far side of the house.
Sir Daniel's men?
I think not. They wear checkered badges.
I know it not. Well, Dick, I fear we must call off this attempt and go back. Too late, we're discovered. So if we must fight, let's give a good account of ourselves.
I drew my sword, and a moment later found myself engaged with a man who seemed to be their leader. He came at me with sword and dagger, and for several moments I was hard put to defend myself. He pressed me hard, for he was a fine swordsman. Finally, determined to end it, I slipped in under his guard and tripped him.
What madman's trick was that?
My dagger is at your throat. If you yield, I will give you your life.
I yield. I know not who you are. I would rather yield to you than to that traitor, Sir Daniel.
Sir Daniel? Then you are not for him?
Oh, there are few men I am more against.
Then this has been a sad and mistaken encounter, for he is my sworn enemy.
Well, if that is so, call off your men, and I will call off mine, and let us away quickly. Now, my young friend, tell me who you are.
Dick Shelton.
Son of Sir Harry?
Yes.
Then your skill and courage does not surprise me.
And you, sir?
Lord Hawkhurst, one of the captains of the House of York. But you have not told me what you were about.
I hoped to rescue the Lady Joanna Sedley, whom Sir Daniel is holding captive. We've been watching this house, planning the attack for several days now.
You know the castle, then?
I know it well.
Then what seemed to be an unfortunate encounter may turn out to be a great stroke of good fortune. You are for York, I take it.
Heart and soul.
Will you undertake a mission, then, for me and York?
Gladly.
There was one I was to meet at dawn tomorrow at St. Bride's Cross. Will you take my horse and go there for me?
I will, and gladly.
So for the second time, Dick has failed to rescue the woman he loves. But who is this mysterious man he's to meet at St. Bride's Cross? Will he indeed prove to be a friend? Or will the meeting lead to even greater dangers? We'll find out shortly when we return with Act 3.
This is...
The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater will return shortly. And now back to England in the days of the War of the Roses. It's just before dawn, and Dick, approaching St. Bride's Cross, hears a strange sound, the clear call of a hunting horn. He pauses, and then, hearing the clash of steel, he rides on. There at the foot of the wayside cross, a single man in full armor is fighting half a dozen men-at-arms who wear the Lancastrian colors.
Hold you well, sir. Help is at hand.
Keep the varlets in play while I sound another call.
I'll try. But if you have men, they had better come soon.
They will. As always, I have been too eager and outrun them. Here they come. And there go our enemies. So will all of Lancaster flee one day.
May the day come soon.
Well said. Now, dismount. Tell me who you are that came to my aid in such good time.
My name is Dick Shelton.
I know the name Shelton. You are a brave young man and a good swordsman, though somewhat foolhardy.
That has been said of me before. But may I know who you are?
I am Richard, Duke of Gloucester.
The king's son?
The same.
My lord.
Nay, kneel not to me. I am not king yet. But tell me what you do here. I came to meet another, but I like it not that he has kept me waiting.
If you mean Lord Hawkhurst, my lord, he sent me in his stead.
I thought I knew your horse.
I can tell you what you wish to know. I have been in Shoreby for several days now.
Have you? You came in a fortunate hour. Tell me then.
There are about 1,800 men in the town.
1,800. I have 700 there in the woods behind us. 700 more will be here shortly. And tomorrow will come another 500. Now, if you were Richard of Gloucester, what would you do? Strike now or wait until tomorrow?
Strike now, my lord.
Why so?
Well, so far they know not of your presence here. By tomorrow they may have some report of it. I think the surprise is worth 500 men.
And you are worth almost that many. We shall do it. You will show us the best way into the town?
I will, my lord. And there are a few waiting a short way outside who will join us.
Who?
Some 20 archers who call themselves the Fellowship of the Black Arrow.
Now let me study this. If a small body of men struck there near the harbor, that would draw their forces. Then I and my main body could sweep in from the west and take them from the rear.
If you will give us 100 men, my lord, Ellis, I, and our archers will strike that first blow.
You think you can not only strike, but hold there until we cut our way in to relieve you?
I do, my lord.
Then we shall try it. And if you succeed, you shall not only win your spurs, but my undying favor. Go then, young Dick and Ellis, and good fortune go with you.
We ran up the street the Duke had indicated. We were well into the town before those there knew what was afoot. Then they came at us, and for a time the fighting was hard and grim. Ellis fought beside me, and our men shot arrow after arrow from the windows of the houses on either side of us.
How goes it with you, Dick?
Well enough, though I do not think we will be able to hold them if they charge again.
Nor do I. But we've fought a good fight so far, and... Listen! That's the Duke! He comes charging in, and look! They break and run! It's over! Shoreby is ours! Where go you now?
To Sir Daniel's house to find Joanna. When Ellis and I got to the house, we found it empty. Sir Daniel had fled, taking Joanna with him. Sick at heart, I walked back to where we had made our stand.
Young Dick, I have been looking for you. You have fought like a hero, done what you said you would, and pleased me greatly. Kneel. I dub thee knight. Rise, Sir Richard.
I thank you, my lord.
Yes, you thank me, but still look as black as midnight. Why?
Because the lady I told you of, Joanna Sedley, is gone.
And you think of that now, in our hour of victory?
I do. My lord, I believe I've somewhat aided you at St. Bride's Cross and here. I crave a boon.
What boon?
Give me a score of lances to follow Joanna and the man who has taken her, my enemy, Sir Daniel Brackley. We rode out of town, found a farmer who had seen Sir Daniel and his company riding west, and followed. At dusk, deep in the woods, we found that the company had divided, some going on towards the castle, and some turning off towards the south. We decided that Sir Daniel had gone on to Turnstile and went that way. A short while later, through the trees, we saw a campfire.
It's Sir Daniel. He has your lady and perhaps a dozen men with him. What shall we do, Dick?
Leave our horses here, surround and attack him.
Aye. That would be my counsel, too.
We dismounted, crept through the woods, and then attacked.
York, Richard, and the Black Arrow!
Joanna, here, to me!
Dick, be careful. There are others. More men.
What?
Sir Daniel set this camp to entrap you. Most of his men went off and around to take you from the rear, and here they come.
Dick, take your lady and go. We will hold them off.
No!
I say go. If you stay, you accomplish nothing and lose all. Life and lady.
He's right, Dick. For my sake. Come.
Oh, it chokes me to do it, but so be it. This way. We went on through the woods, and shortly after dawn, we arrived at the Abbey. Though it was early, the Duke was already there, standing in the courtyard.
So, you are the young lady who was so much on his mind.
The Lady Joanna Sedley, and it pleases you, my lord?
It pleases me much. She's a pretty thing. But why are you both so bedraggled?
My Lord Duke, I may have served you well at St. Bride's and Shoreby, but I fear I've failed you in this mission. Sir Daniel outwitted me, beat us soundly in the woods, and escaped.
And the men I gave you? A score of lancers?
Lost, I fear, my lord. As for Sir Daniel, I believe he has made for the castle.
He will not get there. I've sent men on to take it. But I am displeased with you, Sir Richard. I like not those who fail me. You have your lady. This afternoon you shall wed her in the Abbey. But expect nothing more from me.
That afternoon, waiting until it was time for the wedding, I left the Abbey and walked into the woods. I had much to make my heart heavy. Ellis, who had been my good friend, was gone. Dead, I was sure. And Sir Daniel had escaped me and my vengeance. I had gone some little way when a monk, his hood pulled forward, came up the path towards me.
Pax Vobiscum, my son.
Greetings, Father. Wait!
Why do you draw your sword?
Because there is something about you, the way you walk. Lift your hood.
What?
I said lift your hood. So, I thought it was you, Sir Daniel. What are you doing here?
Having lost all else, I try to save my life by seeking sanctuary at the Abbey.
You shall not go there.
Dick, I have done you wrong. I grant you that. But if you do not let me pass, you doom me to a traitor's death.
Which you deserve.
Perhaps. But the disgrace of that I cannot face. I would rather die at your hand. You have a sword. Strike, and strike quickly.
That I cannot do, not in cold blood. Are you armed?
I have a dagger.
Then I will throw away my sword, thus, and fight you on even terms, dagger to dagger.
Ah, you fool! Will you never learn? Of course I had a sword here under my robe. I fight on even terms with no man when I can outwit him. Now you shall die.
Even with a dagger against your sword, I fear you not. Come then.
I come. I shall take more pleasure in this cutting you down than... The arrow, is it black?
It is.
Vengeance is done.
Aye, that it is. But by whose hand?
Whose should it be?
Ellis, praise be to heaven. I thought you were dead.
Not I. I fought my way clear when you escaped, hid in the woods, and followed this villainous traitor when he found the way to Tunstall blocked and came here.
And arrived in rare good time. Not only to save my life, but to speed me on my way to a new one.
Your marriage?
Yes, it is to be celebrated within the hour. And there is no one I would rather have stand by me there in the chapel than my good friend, Ellis.
Well, then, why do we tarry here? On to the Abbey, and let the bells ring loud and clear.
And so the last black arrow flew and vengeance was done. But not by young Richard. He can go to his bride not only with a high heart, but with clean hands. I'll be back shortly. tale of the Black Arrow was a tale of days long gone when young men, by their courage and steadfastness, could win fame, fortune, and beautiful brides. Yes, those days are long gone. Did such things happen even then? Well, who knows? But they can and do happen on Adventure Theater in the world of radio drama. A theater whose stage has no limits but your imagination.
Included Skip Hinnon, Ann Costello, Jackson Beck, William Griffiths, Court Benson, and Gilbert Mack.
The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is Tom Bosley inviting you to return to the General Mills Radio Adventure Theater for another exciting tale you can hear through the magic of radio. The General Mills Radio Adventure Theater is recommended by NEA, the National Education Association.